Hang on. I think I... Yep, the volume is way down. Go ahead and try again. Joel? Yes, I can hear you now. Sorry. My volume on my system was way down for some reason. How are you doing?
I am excited.
Yes, I am also very excited. Hello, Adam.
Hello.
Ooh, Adam is very loud.
Hello.
No! You gotta blow my eardrums. All right. Adam's adjusted now.
Is that better, yeah?
So now you will not be deafening me today. It's your barrel antics. You crazy dwarven way of the drunken fist barrel throwing mother. Anyway. Yes, there's also a cat. Yes. The barrel apocalypse is at hand, boys and girls. Are we ready?
Absolutely.
Is this it?
Not. This is it. It's session 1, Adam. What do you think was going to be on the menu for today?
I expected more people.
CJ said he couldn't make it because of the... Well, this isn't it. David's going to be 30 minutes late because he's got work, and he doesn't get off until 8, which is why we kind of made the joke with the barrels in the first place, because he's going to be sitting in a barrel for the first 30 minutes of every session.
Okay.
Juno may make it. I think she said she's also going to be late because she's got a Super Bowl thing, I think, as well as CJ. Blake should be here by now.
I mean, we can't run it without him, so hopefully he'll...
Yeah. But I think... who else? Oh, Ed should make it. Ed should definitely be here by now.
I'm technically here, just not on the thing.
Yeah. Don't worry, guys. We have the cat. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You poop it everywhere.
Pooping in everyone's boots.
That is my shtick. No stealing.
Adam, you can. Why don't we all poop in
like
each other's? Yeah, let's just all poop in each other's shoes.
Well,
It'll be fun.
team
That'll be the whole
bonding
session.
thing.
Yeah. You know how like sometimes like employees take their like employers take their employees out to like I don't know like a cookout or something. That'll be us. That'll be our synergy exercise. We'll all just take turns pooping in each other's boots, and then everything will be fine. Yeah, that's the session.
Took the most amazing moment to enter this conversation.
What did I miss?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. Why is everyone so loud? Or more like, why is everyone so loud and Joel's so quiet? Hang on.
We stole his volumes.
Okay, Joel, try speaking again.
Speaking again.
Yeah, you're real quiet, dude. What the heck?
Does that help any?
A little bit.
Okay. How about now?
Is it anyone else, or is it just me?
He's a little bit quieter for me, but not like I can't hear him. You know.
How's that? Any better?
Yeah, it is much better now.
Okay,
Yeah.
I just had to update my input volume.
Oh, okay.
All right, I think we're gonna wait for Ed, but I'm pretty sure that both Juno and CJ are not going to be able to make it.
Yeah, and David's going to be late anyway.
Right. Yep.
Okay. Neato.
Mm-hmm,
So yeah. So TPK like first game, right?
No. No, I
There's a
don't think so.
Tarask approaching the wall. We're the level
Yeah.
1 defenders.
Might be able to die. It'd be like you'd have to really try, though. I think.
Oh, don't worry, we will.
Don't underestimate me.
No.
I have the power of magic. I have the power of magic and anime on my side.
We seal ourselves inside filled barrels and all drown.
Yeah, I mean that's possible.
Death by stupidity.
That's something you will learn as a new DM, Blake, is that your characters, they can do really, really stupid shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right. So it is 7:30 though. So in case you weren't aware, I think everybody here is aware, but I put in a couple of notes about some things that happened in between the time skip from session 0 to where we are today, which is 8 months down the road from where we were. And yeah, you guys have built up like a little reputation for yourselves among the other squads and things like that. But you're generally seen as kind of a bunch of people just running hijinks and things like that. But generally well liked. You are able to competently complete things somehow. It's mostly by luck, we think. But yeah, you are nearing the end of your training session, and what we're gonna start in on today to set the scene is you're in a classroom, and everybody is seated at their desks, and Orly is at the front of the room. All right, all you lot. Today we're starting trials. That means that you're going to be going off on your own, and you're going to be solving crimes, answering quests, and responding to things that people are genuinely having trouble in the city with. So, this is a good test of your skills, what you've learned so far, what you've figured out how to do. Any questions to start before we take a look at what's on your tables? And you look down, you notice there are a few different sort of pieces of equipment on your desk. You see this little blue kind of badge made out of, it looks like maybe stone or something like that. You see a small little brass-looking flower. There's a can. It looks like a tin can with some kind of a nozzle on it. And then also you see a whistle, just a little silver whistle.
I have a question.
Yeah, what is it for you?
What's all this junk on our desks?
It's not just junk. This is your standard equipment that you're going to be using for your trials. We're not going to send you out there armed, but you're also not going to be totally helpless, so to speak. We want you to be safe. We want your citizens to be safe. So, first up, we have this. And he holds up the little blue stone. And you look at it closely, and it's a symbol of Beaconwall, which is a small tower with sort of light shining out around it. It kind of looks like a rook chess piece.
Sir,
And you've seen these before.
I've already eaten mine. Can I have spare, please?
Okay.
Thank you.
Do you announce this to the class?
Why don't take him to one side to announce it?
Okay.
So this is field ration, huh?
So you were looking at the pieces, not Boris. He's looking at someone else's because he already is. And on the symbol is it's the sigil of Beaconwall, and you recognize these as being sort of identical to the brass badges that full guardsmen wear to pin their cloaks down and things like that. What you obviously notice though is that it's a blue stone, and Orly says, "You might notice that this is a little bit different. We need a way for everybody to recognize that you're senior trainees and that you're not full guardsmen. Okay? So, you can get a lot of places, and you can get in and get a lot of questions answered by showing your badge, but don't abuse your power. People know that you're new trainees and that you're not quite sort of protected yet. So don't go anywhere that you shouldn't go. But at least you know that you carry some weight with the citizenry. Now,
Fia raises her hand.
yes, Fia.
Can we use it to get discounts in stores and stuff?
You can try. Most of the merchants have firm on their prices, but you can certainly try if you'd like.
Yes. Okay, sorry.
If you're looking for something in particular, you might want to check with your quartermaster. We do have everything that you should need here, but, if you want to do a shopping trip, you're more than welcome, little girl. Okay, so the next piece here, and he holds up the small silver whistle, and it's sort of like ornately carved. It just has some like sort of fancy scrawling on it, sort of engraving, and it's a thin, like kind of a pipe whistle. It looks like a dog whistle, sort of. So here's your signaling whistle. During the trials, all of the trainees will have these whistles equipped. You'll be able to use them in case you get into a spot of trouble. So, what'll happen here is you just blow on it. Depending where you are, a senior guardsman will come and show up within, a few minutes or something. If you run into trouble, blow it. If you blow it, you're gonna be in trouble. He kind of switches his attitude. And he's like, you should be doing these things and trying to complete your trials on your own. This is not something that should be abused. And he looks at Fia, who presumably already has it on her lips or something.
Yeah, she's already like doing little like little toots with it, like just to make sure it works.
Make a stealth check, Boris.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Orly looks over.
What a disadvantage.
Fia trying to blow the whistle, but as he's looking over at Fia, he doesn't notice Boris, who's on the other side of him, almost about to swallow his whistle. So yeah, you've escaped detection. Also, you don't have disadvantage or anything more.
No, I've taken that off now.
Okay. All right, that's fine. You can eat it if you want. It's gonna come out later, I guess. But
I won't
as
blow
you
it
finish
then.
swallowing, though, Orly does say, "Now these are only used during the trials. Guards will only really respond to them during the trials. So at the end of it, we will expect you to return them." Okay, so after that,
I mean,
yeah.
Whichever one.
sorry.
Oh, okay. So after that, he holds up the small brass pin, and it looks like a rose. And you're familiar with this? This is what a Beaconwall rose looks like. They actually have some almost shiny looking yellowish flowers that grow naturally. They're not metallic; they're actually flowers, but they have sort of a membrane on them, and they grow along the shores of the river outside of Beaconwall. So this is a Beaconwall rose, and it's fashioned that way. And Orly holds it up and says, "Now this is what we call a quick torch." And he twists the lower petals on it. And what you notice, if you're looking at one of your own pins, there's a small like glass bead on the middle of it. And when he twists this, it goes, and then all of a sudden there's this light that shines out pretty brightly right into Valak's face.
I see the light.
And
Light burns.
and he, sorry, lad. And he kind of points it down, and he's like, "But you can see here," and he's shining it on his hand or whatever. "This will show you light in dark environments and things like that. Just a very useful tool. You can pin it right onto your chest, right below your badge. I suggest you use this whenever you need to in a dark space." It's a gift from the gnomes. They know that obviously most of us here in Beaconwall are human, and we don't see that well in the dark. So they gave this to us as part of a sort of a peaceful negotiation, and every member of Beaconwall is awarded one. They are somewhat difficult to replace, so if you lose it, you lose it. Okay? So don't be just fiddling about with it. Probably don't eat it, Boris. And he sets it back down on the table. Now this one, and he looks around really quick and goes, you, Pembroke, give me that. And he sees a kid has, sorry, not Pembroke. He says, Peter, give me that. And there's a kid from another squad who was sitting in the back, and he picked up the canister, and he goes, and he takes the canister from him, and he says, I didn't say to touch anything. The reason you don't touch this is because it's just as dangerous to use as it is for you to use as it is to point it at somebody. All right? What we have here is what we call devil's breath. And he says, look here, and he points out like a little trigger that's at the front of it. And there's a nozzle. And he says, if you point this in the direction, shield your eyes and spray, you'll blind whoever you're pointing it at. Okay? It's concentrated pepper oil. So you get a pepper spray as part of your
Nice. That's the most useful part of the kit.
So let me see if I have some notes here. Let me try and drop these into...
Fia raises her hand again.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Does it taste good on eggs?
It will... try it out. Try it out sometime. When I'm not around. That.
Okay, I was just wondering if you knew. Definitely not going to try it.
What are rules on using against civilians?
Don't use it against a civilian. This is a last resort. Obviously, you don't want to blind anybody who's not deserving of it.
What if we've warned civilian and this is last time of warning? Then we may use on civilian. Yes.
No, comrade. We should not use on civilian. We should thrash civilian with hands, not devil's breath.
The Russian is spreading.
I think there's a bit of confusion about how we exercise power in the city. This is very alarming after 8 months, but no, don't spray any citizens unless you're being overtly attacked. That would be a condition whether you could use it, but you recommend you don't. And quick out of game. So I just shared a couple of details for the items here. I could have dropped these into your sheet, so I apologize for not doing that in advance. But so you can see the details of kind of the mechanics of these different pieces. You can see with the Devil's Breath canister, if it's windy out and you use this, there's a 50% chance it'll blind you instead of the other person.
Oh no!
So
it's really strong.
If you want to do a quick free action before you use the pepper spray to see if it's windy, if you remember to do that, then you're in good shape. You're more than welcome to do that. But yeah, so you can add these into your sheets and do that.
Okay.
These are some free equipment that you're getting. Oh, there we go. Cool. So, next, we have a couple of items for you. So we want you to go back to your barracks, collect your things, don your equipment, and report back outside in front of the crimes board. And we'll go over some of the quests that we have. There are a few that have been reported recently and need some attention. So, Squad F, I'll meet you in, let's say, 20 minutes or so. Quick, hop to it. Go on. And he kind of claps his hands and kind of lets you guys go out.
Can we make 30 minutes so I can use latrine?
30 minutes, not a minute more.
Okay, so 35 minutes. We will meet you outside. Agreed.
30 minutes. 30. Don't push me, Boris.
I need to retrieve Whistle. It is important to me now. Don't ask questions you don't want answer to.
He's, Ian shakes his head and turns back. You notice that the kid Peter, who grabbed his canister, is not getting it back. so so it's a good thing you guys didn't try and play around with that, because you wouldn't have one. Okay, so you guys head out and go back to the barracks, and I'm going to show you really quick. Move you over to here, just so you get an idea a little bit. So the little Beaconwall sigil is where your guys' sort of base of operations is. That's like the training halls and main guard center. So you're kind of in the heart of the city. Over here, you have like your marketplace and all that stuff. Obviously, the high castle is up over here. Residences kind of all around the edges down in here. And yeah, like craftsmen and sort of merchant areas up in this area. So just so you're aware kind of where you're located. But so you go back to your barracks. What do you guys do? You have your new equipment.
I gear up.
All right.
I need to go to the train for 20
Suit it up
minutes.
montage.
I make my white tunic pink.
You're
finally.
permitted to do so, yes.
Okay.
Not that anybody has really a say against it, but so
is Orly still like against me doing that, or
Has he given
kind
up?
of like caved in at this point? Yeah.
yeah, just
Okay.
yeah, basically everybody knows who you are at this point because you're definitely the youngest person in training and everything, and some of the more softy guards were talking with Orly and kind of negotiated for you. So you're allowed to wear pink if you want to wear pink.
Thanks, guys.
Mm-hmm. Your cloak component of your uniform has to be white though still. So you can color like the armor and stuff like that pink, but the cloak has to be white. That was where the line was drawn. You're members of the White Guard, like you you have to.
Can it be the
okay.
pink guard?
Let me just find another piece for you guys so you have some description here. I didn't have a moment to grab some good like concept art that I felt was fitting. So I'm just going to drop this in here. This is the description. Let me see.
Jeez, way to be prepared, Blake.
These are the descriptions of the different
I know what I'm preparing.
sort of armor, so you guys can get an idea of like just what you look like in your different garb you chose. So that's the attendance clothes. Basically, it's sort of a buttoned up like formal. It's almost like a business uniform, sort of. And it's uncommon for a guard out on the street to wear these things. So people might not necessarily believe you that you're a guard if you're wearing that, unless you already have like your badge like prominently displayed or something like that. But you are allowed to do that if you don't have armored option. There are also mage's robes. So typical kind of mage's robes. There's a sash. There's a sort of overgarment of robes. The armor is a little bit more elaborate since most of the guards people typically are sort of melee oriented people. So there's light armor with leather, and there's just a brief description there. You have scale mail as your medium armor, and you have chainmail as your heavy armor as well, in case we have any heavily armored people. I don't know if we do, but so basically, the basic components of it, the color scheme, with the exception of Fia, is mostly kind of a white and then bronze or brass sort of accents. There's also cloth that can be like blue or red in color, or like tan colors, and then the heavily armored people have the most obvious distinction between everybody. The heavily armored people have a cape that is fastened on both shoulders, so it's like a typical kind of superhero cape type thing, and that's white. The badge is meant to be fastened on one of those shoulders, The medium armored folks have it fastened on one. Let me see, on one shoulder, kind of like if you think of like on Attack on Titan, like they have their kind of cloak sort of like draped sideways. That's what that one looks like, and then the lightly armored people just have a cowl without the hood component. Usually, you can drop the hood if you want, but and that's kind of bunched and tilted over one shoulder, and then fastened again on kind of the left shoulder. So those are some descriptions of the clothes. If you guys have any accents or anything that you want to pin to personalize your outfits or anything, you can do that, or and share with your companions and stuff.
I imagine I would have made during this time a suitable sort of, I guess, like work mask to put on if I'm in uniform. So that's what Valak will wear, like a pretty nondescript, plain-featured face covering. Nothing like crazy.
Is it kind of like a Jason hockey mask type thing? Like, what are we talking?
No, it's kind of like that picture I sent you. It's got like the edit of like the Iron Man faceplate. So it's like it leaves his mouth, like from the lower lip to the chin exposed, but everything else is covered in terms of his face. So just like a face covering. So
do you mind if I drop that in general?
No, go ahead.
All right, let me just scroll up and find it here.
Oh, just to let other people know, I put on Valak's front page, so to speak, of his character sheet that everybody can see. Just some bullet points of things that they would have learned during the time skip about him.
Oh, excellent.
We can use this. We can use this time if you guys want to share anything, any developments or anything like that you've thought of that you would share with your companions during the 8 months. I mean, I didn't cover everything in the time skip for sure. So.
Oh, sure. Thea would have probably gotten at some point like a piece of cloth that they used to make like the fabrics from the tunics with, and then like made a little cloak for Arian, so that he's also an official guard's cat.
Awesome.
And like tied it around a collar or something and put it on there.
Kelsey, is Arian pleased to wear this cape, or?
At first, no. But then he kind of felt that he was, like, regal. So he grew into it.
Awesome.
So now he feels, like, superior to everyone.
Also, Fia doesn't wear her badge because she thinks it might help her do her job a little better.
Okay. Sure. Anything from?
Well, I can tell you that Masuda is no longer Sandy. he's not Sandy anymore because of there's no desert here. So
true.
Thea uses prestidigitation to brush some of the sand off his shoulder as he says that.
Oh.
Brian uses it as a litter box.
Excellent.
Yeah, I've noticed that. He doesn't. Most of what you notice about Masood is he's a very awkward individual. He's very tense when in large groups of people, crowds, or anything like that. He looks taut, I guess is the best way to put it, like on edge the entire time. He's just not bad.
I would say during the time skip then, just during the months between session 0 and today, Boris might have been involved in this too. During Valak Nor's time as an acolyte, he would have had to learn how to make sacramental vodka. So, and one of the things he used to do for the temple, because he's not too bright, so he's just basically a guy who could like lug stuff around. He would always like carry the potatoes and veggies and stuff. So he learned how to make sort of like potato vodka. And if Boris would take part, maybe they could from time to time try to get Mosud to lighten up a little bit with a couple of drinks of this holy water.
He probably fell for it once, but then never again.
Yeah, just a little bit. Sip.
Do you
Yeah, I'll also
You
say
probably got
this.
him like absolutely horribly shit faced one time, and then he never trusted you again when you hand him
Aw.
something.
Does Valak have any sort of a special flask or anything that he keeps on him? Does he keep this on his person?
I would say so because one of the items he has from being an acolyte is this is gonna be terrible, like a reliquary, and often it's like a little vial where you keep like a saint's like finger bone or something. So maybe it's kind of like that, but it's like a small cockroach or something. It's like that was like
What?
a saint or recognized as a saint, so he just carries like this cockroach steeped in vodka in a small vial. And every once in a while, he'll like
Don't drink the roach.
don't drink, but he refills it.
You worship a bug? Ew,
no,
that's so
no.
cool.
I don't worship the bug, but it is my superior in the hierarchy of my church.
That's so
also,
neat and gross and awesome.
are guardsmen or trainees allowed to take like overt religious items with them while on duty?
Mhm.
Okay, so Valak will carry his Bible, which is metal bound, and it's secured with a chain that he like kind of wears over his, like slings over his shoulder, like a kind of like a
It's like a messenger
satchel or
bag
something.
sort of thing.
Yeah. But like the Bible is appropriately sized for someone who's like nearly 7 feet tall, so it's like this huge, like Guinness Book of World Records book, essentially, for the Church of Tempest. So
Please
that's
tell
what
me it
he'll
doubles
also
as a
have.
flail.
And yeah, like he'll have his roach reliquary / vodka stash on him as just
Very
under
cool.
his clothing.
I'd also like to add that I also chose Boris for like a bond, and I said that it was kind of like a mutual relationship. I basically made sure that you didn't blind yourself with like methanol poisoning while you were bootlegging moonshine and shit, like teaching you how yeast works, and then like in exchange you would like try my like potions and poisons to make sure that they were effective. So yeah,
Don't
as
tell
I
me
was
what
like,
to do. If I want to blind myself, I will blind myself. Okay.
all right, suit yourself.
I don't
But
tell
you know,
you
you should
how to
really
live
try
your
to like
life.
boil that a little more.
Boris probably has a few secret pockets sewn into his guard uniform for hip flasks.
Nice.
Okay.
Hip flasks, knee flasks,
Yeah.
swallow back flasks, armpit flasks.
His armor is just a series of flasks.
That's why
I'm
his
not gonna
armor
give you a-
class is so high. It looks like he's not wearing armor, but nothing can get through that.
I was just going to say I'm not going to give you a bonus to AC, but we can definitely say that you look well armored, like padded. Speaking of Boris, though, you said you were going to go to the latrines. So what are you?
Yeah. I need to do a poop. That is story I'm going with. I mean, that is what I'm doing. Poops. I will be exactly 20 minutes. Goodbye. Do I have to roll to brew that?
You
I mean, we all probably know what you're doing, but it's just a matter of like, do we care or not?
does let me frame it like this. Does Fia know what you're doing in the latrine?
Yeah, I assume so. I imagine, as I said, as Fia said, everybody knows, but it's kind of one of those things where it's like, everyone knows, but nobody's going to say it.
Okay. Emmett, could you hop into the therapy couch for me real quick? Just make sure.
Okay.
Quick, what the DM isn't
All right,
here.
bye guys.
All right, we're back. Okay, so you go off 20 minutes passes. You guys are about to face your trials. Are you nervous or anything? Do you communicate any of this to your peers?
I'm reciting prayers.
Okay. I think Joel stepped out for a second, but
Yeah.
Fia, do
As
you?
Masood broods, I'm going to do a little sketch of him.
Excellent. Okay. So a few minutes pass by. You guys are waiting for Orly. You guys finish getting ready, strap on all your gear and equipment and things like that. Do you make sure you have your new stuff? So your pins and your whistles and your pepper spray.
Yeah, was
Yes.
I able to get a replacement whistle and whatever for the ones that Boris ate?
No, unless you did just pass it and poop it out.
Oh, I'm too busy to use the loo.
All right.
Maybe I could have stolen some off the desk of Peter or whoever it was that was in there as well. Just on the
Well,
way
Orly
past.
had the rest of them, so you don't have a whistle.
Oh no. Okay,
It's okay. It's okay.
I'll have one day.
Yep. Very
Let's keep
soon,
an eye out.
probably. At least within 24 hours, I'm guessing. So.
To be honest, if I get desperate enough, I'm sure I can have a route around for it.
So you hear a quick rap on the door. I said, meet me outside.
If we stay
Orly.
quiet, maybe he
I think
thinks
it's
we are out.
Up to it. It's just like.
Fine.
Yeah, Fia closes her books and says, "All right, fine, coming."
You step out into the courtyard and there's a bulletin where they usually put announcements for training and things like that. And he's standing in front of it, and there's a few different posts up on the wall. And he kind of gestures to it and he says, "All right, read up. Here we go. We've got a couple of crimes for you to check out for your first trial. First, we got a merchant dispute, and next, we have a case of domestic violence. These aren't anything that we expect to see any particular trouble, but they'll test different skills, and we want you to check them out, make sure everybody's safe, and come back. What you're responsible for on each of them is to identify what happened, pass judgment on the situation, and report back. And when you do so, we'll be sort of giving you an evaluation. So take a look, and you can see there are two notices on the boards, and Orly just kind of steps to the side.
What is domestic dispute?
So you look at the board briefing for the domestic violence post, and you see reports have been made that screams of pain have been coming from the O'Toole home, and it was just reported kind of last night. The O'Tooles are a younger couple in their early 30s, but they've been together for several years. Witness reports, people who just are neighbors and things like that, have identified that the couple tends to bicker out in public. But neighbors feel like the tension has kind of escalated a little bit in the last few months. Based on the information there, it just has a little briefing. Brian O'Toole is a furniture wood carver, and his wife Shannon O'Toole isn't actually part of the merchant. She doesn't have like a stand or anything, but she is well known. She has won some like basket weaving competitions and things like that. So they're just both crafty people, and they have like a modest living in the city.
And what is the merchant situation?
So you took a look and scrolled there. It just says Mullis Sneed is a minor noble from Beaconwall. Has accused a garment weaver, Molly McLaughlin, of theft. And the White Guard needs to interview both of these people, understand what property was stolen, and pass judgment on the situation.
do we choose one of these two and complete task, or do we do both?
Choose one for now, and we'll see how you do. Maybe we'll get to.
Can we combine grade to further enhance our chances of passing? If we
Well,
fail
either
on
you
both,
do a good job
we...
or you don't.
Oh, I see.
I know what my money is on.
We
So?
put money?
It is phrase. It means something. So we must decide as team then whether we go for the rough sex one or the man trading one. What is decision?
Oh gosh, they both sound so important. I don't know. What do you think, Arian? Oh, sorry. I guess Arian just kind of sits there and just licks his own butthole or something. I don't know.
Cleanliness is important, peon.
It's really awkward and everything to look at the cat.
So cat decides domestic?
I would like to add that in the 8 months that everyone has known Arion, they would notice that he's just not a regular cat. He seems to judge people way more than a regular cat.
So like a normal cat.
And then some.
Okay.
Okay, so we go for domestic noises. Yes?
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
It does seem the more pressing of the two.
Now, if you're going to go check this out, I advise you caution. We are talking about people's private lives, feelings, things like that. Try and be, not yourselves. Be people,
No.
I don't know what you mean.
We're fucked.
Yes, we will be people. I am person. Ignore this mask.
So, Orly
Hey.
kind of points out. Oh, yeah.
Does Arian have to be a person too?
Arian.
I'm joking.
He's a
That's a
cat.
joke. Yeah, I know.
All right.
At what point during that 8-month skip did you stop calling him Snuggles?
Whenever, right around like maybe the first few days, I got a little bored. I kept changing his name until he finally was just like, "Call me Arian." I was like, "All right, fine."
That's not gonna last.
Nah. All right. Anyway,
Yeah, if you could just do a check on your tools for me, please, Adam.
Can I do what, sorry?
Do a check on your tools, your brewing tools.
Oh, I don't know if it does. Oh, it asked me which one. Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, I think probably brewing would be
Nice.
22.
Yeah, so that was a good check. Okay, so
I chose wisdom, but if you want, you can change it to intelligence. That way, it'd be
I think
it'd be a 16.
yeah, I think it would be
Jesus Christ.
intelligence.
My intelligence is a -2. So
Okay.
instead of a
Just because you're talking about like a chemistry type of cooking situation, I think that makes more sense.
so wouldn't it be
So,
18 then if it's -2?
Huh? Instead of a +4, it'd be 16.
Okay.
Okay. So so you make that check. Okay, so you guys are ready to go. Orly kind of points to the map and lets you know. All right, so their residence is right over here. kind of go and have their booths set up in the marketplace with everybody else a couple of days a week. But around this time, they should be at home. So go ahead, go forth, solve some crime.
Okay.
And you guys do.
Yeah. He skips out the door.
Do you want to go there or what? You're being let out of the training halls, so you can kind of go wherever you want.
We can
Freedom.
split up.
You are supposed to report back like by the end of the day, but
As unofficial party leader and elected official, I would like to suggest we make plan first.
Yes, I cannot help. Boris, you mentioned rough sex. I have never known touch of woman.
I'm afraid let's do this one problem at a time. Okay,
Okay.
so
We learned something new about Valak today.
he's known touch
What are you
of
guys
many
talking
men,
about?
but no women.
Yes, men, easy. Many times.
It was a little secret. Right. No, I think what we need to do is, while they are out of house and at work, we go to their house and check their house for signs of things like rough sex, but maybe also violence.
That sounds good, fearless leader.
If we do not
You guys
find,
keep saying that.
if
What is this crime called rough sex? I don't know what that is.
I will describe it using dance and
Okay.
Boris just pelvic thrusts angrily at Fear. Understood?
Okay. So someone thrust it on someone else and that's illegal?
If you do it hard enough,
That sounds
maybe.
gross.
Yes.
I'm gonna draw it. That sounds gross.
May I have copy of drawing? I need reference.
Of course.
Thank you.
I'll make extras.
Oh, we should pass them around. Maybe not everyone knows this crime to watch out for.
Do you think so?
We should perhaps post it around the city. Warn the
Okay.
citizens to not do it.
Make an insight check, everyone.
Including Boris?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, boy.
wow.
You're very insightful people.
We are cursed.
Yes.
We have decent bonuses too. That's the worst part.
Yeah. Oh, there, yeah.
Yeah.
Deception.
Thea knows exactly what you guys are talking about. All right. Anyway, go on.
So you guys arrive at their home, and you just take a look, and they, as it said, they have like a modest living. So they just live in one of the primary residential districts. They're kind of close to the castle and everything, close to the market. It's like a good, solid place to live. They live in kind of a 2-story townhouse. It's pretty plain looking. It's not huge. They're just common people. But you can see it's kind of quaint. They have like their 2 windows up in the upper story, and they have some flower boxes in the front. And it just looks like a well-maintained home. There's a little broom like propped up against the door outside. The door's closed.
Do they appear to be at home?
You can't really tell. It's just the front of their house.
Well, no, I mean lights in the windows.
Well, it's daytime.
It's true.
Hmm.
Do you want to like creep up to the window and look in?
That's
No.
kind of creepy and ungodly.
Let's. Who here is most people person?
Masood shakes his head and takes 2 steps back.
I will knock at door. Boris
It's probably
will
Aaron.
walk up, bang on the door twice, and then shout very loudly, I am respecting your privacy by knocking, but asserting my authority by coming in anyway. And we'll try to open the door.
As you're opening the door,
Turner's dead.
you feel that there's no resistance to it, and it opens actually really suddenly because someone opens on the other side, and you're standing there and you're looking at this guy, and he's a little bit on the short side. He's like 5'6", maybe 5'7"
I'm
or
literally a
something.
dwarf, but fair enough.
Thanks for rubbing it in.
Kind of just like a skinny sort of human man. Got sort of auburn, like dark red hair. A small beard on him. He's a little on the skinny side. Probably weighs like 160 or something like that. And he's standing there. He has his hand on his hip, and you can see he's got some just like sawdust on his front, and his hands look kind of rough. He obviously works with his hands. He says, "Oh, hello. What? Who are you? What are we doing? What's going on?"
Hello, fellow dwarf. There have been reports of loud noises in neighborhood. Have you or any of your fellow dwarfs reported any noises, or heard any noises, or made any noises? Do you aware of what noises are?
No noise. No, we're just a couple. We're quiet. I don't know what you're talking about. Everybody make a perception check.
Okay.
Yep. More good rolls.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, Valak and Joel, you notice pretty quickly. He has some light bruising on the side of his face, and there's a small cut kind of on his lip too. It looks like maybe the right side of his lower lip is a little swollen. I don't know what you're talking about. Noises. This is very unusual.
It was reports of rough sex coming from one of these houses. It was so loud we heard it across town. It was impressive.
I don't. That's improper. I don't know what you're talking about
If you've
at
not
all.
heard noises, then it's fine. Obviously, your house is well insulated from noises. It's just guards doing business door-to-door work to inquire. Thank you for your time. I admire your beard.
Speaking of beard, what happened to your face?
My face?
Oh, no. The other dwarf's face.
Oh, yes, what happened to your face? It is
I'm not a
beautiful.
dwarf. What are you talking about? Nothing. There's nothing wrong. I don't know why you're here. I don't know about these noises. I don't know about rough sex, whatever you're talking about. Do you really need to be here? Would you kindly leave? I mean, I've got work to do here.
Sir,
May we
you
speak to your wife?
propositioning me.
I do no such thing. He doesn't know how to respond to you right now.
We must solve situation to pass. We are on, what did Orly say?
Probation.
Oh,
Yes.
Somebody made a valid point. Your wife is your wife at home.
As you're saying that, you hear, "Oh, Brian, who is it?"
Very nice.
It's no one. It's guards. He says, question mark.
We are normal people.
Excuse me, madam, we have questions for you. Your husband has not heard things, but maybe you have. Could we speak to you?
She comes coming down, and looks to be upstairs. She kind of wipes her hands real quick, and she's wearing like a simple apron, just like simple clothes. She has brown hair, kind of done back in like a loose, like messy bun type of thing. She's pretty, just like plain features. Noises. I don't. What do you mean?
Do her knuckles look bruised at all?
Yeah, you look at her hands. Do a perception check for me.
Bonk.
Nice, good one. You don't see actually any bruising. You do see there's some maybe like dirt or something under her fingernails.
Hello,
How
madam.
about her face?
What was that?
How
What
about her face? Or does she show any signs of injury?
Yeah, you can because you're. I'm just saying because Boris was looking specifically at her hands. You can do another perception check to look for injuries.
Ah, crap.
Yeah, you can't really tell. She looks a little disheveled, I guess. But yeah, nothing too out of the ordinary. I'm sorry. So you said there were noises or something. Were we? I mean, we do our work here, so maybe it was that.
What sort of work you do?
Well, I'm a weaver. Not garments. I'm not really that sort of skill set, but I do baskets and stuff like that.
Show me basket.
Oh, yeah, sure. And she actually reaches right next to the door. There's a little basket where they keep. It's kind of maybe 2 by 3 kind of basket with like a little deep, and they keep their shoes in there. So you hold it up, and it's like a nice wicker basket. Has like a nice dark stain on it. It looks nice. It would probably go for like a couple of gold, maybe.
Oh, that
It's
is
well
basket.
decorated.
I did get confused for a second. Thank you. So you
Hey,
make
guys.
baskets.
Hey, David.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello, Bear Boy.
Hey.
While you guys are talking to the O'Tooles, Fonkin comes running up hey guys, I was I was just getting my notes together. Sorry, I know I knew you were heading out, and I saw Orly, and he pointed me in the right direction. So hi. So Fonkin, now you're here, and I won't talk to you. Talk for you.
So what did I miss?
Yeah.
What's going on, guys? What did I miss?
We're investigating rough
We're investigating a
sex.
case of rough sex. Thank you.
Why are we investigating that?
What?
There are better things to investigate. We should go do other things now. This is dumb. And Bonkin's just going to start pouring over his notes.
May we come in, Mr. and Mrs. Basket Weaver? Because standing outside is confusing, and random people keep running up and telling us things.
Brian he's like, oh, I don't think that's. And then Shannon goes, yes, of course. Come on in. It's fine. Come on.
Thank you. I will wipe my feet. Is there something for me to wipe? Is there a basket for me to wipe feet on? What is your custom? Teach me
Oh,
your
no,
customs.
that's fine. We'll just sweep later. It's okay.
Okay. Everyone not wipe feet. Come in.
I prestidigitation the mud off my feet, and then I
Good.
prestidigitation it onto Boris's feet when he's not watching.
Falcon walks in with the mud still on his feet, not caring.
Okay.
Valak will kick the side of the house a few times to free any dirt or mud from his boots before he
The
goes
house
in.
falls over.
Just so you guys know, because I didn't describe very well. So Beaconwall, it's like very nice. So there's like paved
Cobbled
roads and things like that. So
Okay.
like this, if I move this correctly, so you can see down here in the lower left, this is like the merchant area, and it's like cobblestone streets and stuff. Like even the rough area, it's still like somewhat paved, like it's hardened sand type of thing. But yeah, just to give you an idea of kind of where you are.
Boris has incredibly muddy feet, as if he's been climbing around a latrine for the past 20 minutes.
True.
For some reason.
Okay.
Falcon's feet are just really dirty from like going to like in really like back alley areas that most people wouldn't go to, like since he does like research stuff and taking a shortcut to get here, but he doesn't care how dirty he is.
Yes.
Masood's actually going to stay out by the outside and watch the door.
Okay.
Okay.
So as you walk in, minus Masood, you guys see there's kind of a normal like rectangular Dining table set for 4. As far as you can tell, there's only signs of 2 pairs of shoes, like those type. Like it's really just probably the 2 of them. You don't think anybody else lives here, but they just have a nice home where it's welcoming. So it's kind of a nice common area, and there's a little hearth in the corner.
While they're looking at everyone else, I'm going to stealth.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check. All right.
Do pretty bad at it.
What's that?
I said do pretty bad at it.
Yeah, with a +7, getting 13.
Yeah.
Brian sees the cat going, can you control this thing? What are we doing here? What's going on?
Please,
as you look down, you see
Disrespected
there's,
member of guard. Do not insult cat.
he just kind
No,
of
it's okay. It's okay. Cuddles, come down. It's okay, baby.
he puffs and kind of crosses his arms, but he doesn't bother the cat anymore. You guys look, and there's some dishes and things like that. Everything looks done. Everything looks pretty tidy. There's kind of this weird sheet on the wall. It's like a tapestry. They wanted to have a tapestry, but maybe it was too expensive, so they kind of made one. So there's a sheet with some artwork type of thing hanging on the wall. And then there's stairs at the back that ascend up to the second floor.
You said they were covered in sawdust. Was there any other sort of dirt or anything on them?
No, it's just Brian and his sawdust. Yeah.
Okay. So I don't suspect that they're trying to tunnel into somewhere. Fair enough. So I am going to be honest with you. Noise complaint has been about this household. Now, we are trusted citizens. We are people like you with normal basket making and things. We also have hobbies. She is a cat. He does violence on weekend. You can confide in us and we will be helpful, and with problems we will solve.
It's true. I do have a cat, which is unheard of. Really, that's my principal characteristic.
He is a disturbed man.
So what are you implying? Shannon asks you.
We want to know what is noise coming from house. Is it angry people? Is it nice times? Is it secret fight club?
Oh, fighting. I guess I'm unclear what sort of noises you heard.
Show sketch to the lady. Do you show her the sketch?
Yeah, does Fia have a drawing to show?
When doesn't have a drawing to show?
Hang on. Shit. Who are we describing again?
No,
Shit.
no. She's asking what noises we'd heard, and you said you sketched
Yeah, I did.
the crime.
I sketched Boris thrusting in the middle of the street as I'm running away. It's crying for help. Yeah, it's in the Discord.
Beautiful.
Oh, where? Oh, is it in general? Hang on.
Yeah, it's in general.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks a lot like this.
Yes.
That's interesting.
This may look like photograph. It's actually artist depiction.
Yeah, he showed me what rough sex looked like.
Oh my god.
So Shannon gets really red, and her lips kind of purse, and her eyes get wide.
At Fia saying that, Fonkin's going to head to the back of the house to look for secrets and for barrels.
Nice.
For secrets and barrels?
Or both.
Oh, we're all looking for barrels. That's the
Secret
only thing that has to come.
Exactly.
Okay.
I don't know what the name is for people that make barrels, but we need to solve some of their problems next.
You're just gonna find some guy named Cooper. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make make an investigation check, Falcon.
Man, another terrible roll.
Okay.
You get +8 to that.
These
Yeah.
rolls are all terrible.
So you look over by the stairs and you see there's like a small curtain under the stairs, and you like think you're like, oh, you're onto something. You pull it back, and there's just like a small work table under there with a couple of tools on it. You look around. There's really not too much that kind of sticks out. It's almost like make a Actually, I won't make you make a check for it. So it's almost like this place is like too nice for a crime like this to have like happened. And
Bonkin heads down the stairs to look for barrels.
there's no downstairs, but
Oh, it's upstairs?
yeah, you can go
Oh,
upstairs.
yeah, then upstairs.
Okay.
Start
I go to the
digging
other
into
level.
ground. Where are your barrels?
You go upstairs, and there's a small. It's like a drawing room, sort of. It's just like a side area where there's like a nice chair next to a window. And by the way, these aren't like glass windows. These are just common folk. They're just kind of open, open air windows with shutters. Yeah. And it's a nice, like, well lit little room, and there's various like reeds and things like that, like kind of on a small end table, and it looks like there's a sitting chair, and this is probably where Shannon was doing some of her weaving. And then you look, and at the other end, it's kind of like a loft landing, and there's just a bed, and it's a little unkempt, I guess, compared to the rest of the house. Like it's not neatly kind of tucked in and folded and picturesque or anything. But yeah.
I'm going to investigate for secret barrels.
Okay. You do not find any secret barrels.
Does Fonkin know anything about the rough sex, or is he just kind of there with everyone else?
You came in and you dismissed everything that they said. So
Yeah, sounds about right. Looking around and not finding any barrels or any secrets in general, Fonkin's just going to head back downstairs.
Okay.
So
last we left off, so Shannon looked very embarrassed about the mention of the sex.
Of course. And on that note, Thea's going to open up her coloring book again and flip to a page, and she is going to sit and cross her legs and read from it. And she is going to say, kind of chant. Before she does that, she's going to say, I'm going to cast a spell to see if I can find anything weird in here. Is that okay if I just kind of hang out for 10 minutes while you guys talk?
You're not going to disturb anything, are you? I don't. This is.
No.
Casting
fine.
Thunder Wave as a ritual.
Okay.
Okay. Thea throws over a rug or something and then starts drawing a chalk circle on the wooden floorboards. It's gonna be fine. I'll go right out. Don't worry. Mostly. And then she's gonna sit cross-legged inside the circle, open up her coloring book, and start chanting, "Dapre magia, dapre magia, dapre magia."
I don't think it's
pre
magia. I think it's cheap knockoff.
Shush.
Brian's magia. Foot and he like rubs his shoulder or his neck kind of and kind of winces, and he's like, well, if you're gonna stay here for longer, you might as well sit. And he goes and he kind of sets a chair back to like slide it back, but he picks it up and kind of slams it on the ground like angrily. Like this guy probably has temper problems.
When it hits the ground, does it sound hollow beneath the chair?
No, not to your knowledge, no.
I'm beginning to suspect this is just boring case of man hitting wife, and not secret cult, or rough sex, or tunneling into bank. What is deal with tapestry? Why do you have thing hanging on the wall? Explain.
We like art, I guess. I don't know.
Explain better.
Make an insight check.
Fuck! Damn you, dice!
You guys are sucking so bad.
God.
Are you sure we're not rolling d4s here?
Oh, so I can roll
Seems like
higher
it.
than a 4, but it's a rare
I don't
occasion.
roll for myself.
The only good roll was when I was deceiving you guys.
My only good roll was for brewing.
Is it like /GM roll or something that I do for myself?
/W space GM.
Okay, got it. Wait, but then I can do roll and then it'll trigger?
So you'd want to do it something like that, but you need your / and then the last square bracket on the end.
Or you could just type in /GR. That's what I always do. It'll whisper it to you.
Mm.
Oh, okay, yeah, that was what I was looking for.
Yeah.
/G.
Way to trick him. We're going to see what he's trying to roll.
Potentially. Sorry, guys, while I just figured this out.
Depre magia. Depre magia. Depre magia.
Yeah, so he rolled really poorly on his deception. So there's probably something weird about the tapestry.
I had suspicion. You there, woman weaver. You think you could weave barrel?
Barrows? Barrows? What about barrows? And Fonkin immediately perks up and like looks really happy.
She kind of thinks for a second. She's like, well, normally weaving you have sort of holes and things like that. I mean, if you wanted to maybe put grain in it or something, maybe you could do that. But if you go on to try a whole liquid, I don't know. It'd require a lot of reeds and a really tight weave. I'm not sure.
What about for holding halfling or maybe gnome?
I mean, you could certainly make one big enough. Sure.
Wait a minute, I just realized something. You were lying about tapestry. What is up with tapestry?
Brian goes, what? No, the tapestry's fine. It's fine.
Let me look.
When he says something about the tapestry, Fonkin runs over to it and yanks it down.
Okay.
Hey, I was reading that. No.
Completely unprompted. Just walks in, tears down the tapestry.
Yes.
Nice.
Brian hey, wait a second. This is destruction of property. You can't do this or whatever. And as the tapestry comes down, it kind of billows a little bit and floats. And there's like a panel on the wall. It's like a wooden panel. It looks kind of like a slider door, but it's opaque.
Aha! I don't know what is happening.
It's a workshop. You can't go in there.
Has 10 minutes passed yet?
Sure.
Alright, I cast Detect Magic as a ritual. Do I see anything weird going on?
There's not really anything magic coming from this house that you can tell.
Okay.
Trying to think if you would. I don't think you would even detect any magic on any of your peers or anything like that either. No.
Mm-mm.
It depends if our pins are magical.
Fonkin's going to try to scramble.
Actually, yes. You get very small blips from the quick torches.
Alright. Yeah, this is a waste of time, guys. There's nothing here.
Fonkin's going to try to scramble into the secret compartment.
We need to open it first.
He's going to try to open it and scramble it.
He runs
There
at the
you
closed
go.
door.
Yes.
Make a quick.
It's like a bird. Just like hits it. Just...
Make
Yes.
a quick athletics check.
Oh, I'm bad at these.
Oh, geez.
Brian can't get to it in time, and his hand kind of slips on it, and you open it. And you look inside, and
Oh, I'm not looking in. I'm going in.
okay, and you go inside, and when you're inside, you see there's a bunch of like equipment, and it looks like workbenches and stuff at first, and like just like some chairs, maybe like things that are works in progress. You look closer at them, and there's one that kind of looks like a coat rack sort of, and then there's another one that's like a polished like sort of bench, and against the wall there's something propped up, it sort of looks like you might like hang clothing from it or something like that, or I don't know. It's another kind of rack type thing. Make a general intelligence check, Funkin.
Just a general intelligence check.
Yeah.
Nice.
These are
Pretty
definitely
fucking
sex.
intelligent.
These are definitely sex things.
Funkin's gonna turn around and yell, "I found the sex dungeon!"
Aha! You're secretly carpenters. I knew it.
Shannon buries her face like in her hands, is visibly embarrassed. And
We got you on account of rough sex. Let's bring him in, guys.
and
Cuff them. They'll
Mickey,
love it.
why don't we say Fia, make a perception check as Shannon kind of covers her hands and stuff, covers her face.
Would that be more insight or perception? Well, I guess it's the same for me. Never mind.
No, make a perception check.
Okay. 9.
Oh, you guys have shit rolls, man.
I had one good roll tonight, and that's going to be it.
Knowing what you know, though, you're looking for maybe signs of sort of any kind of weirdness with her, because
I still have detect magic on if something odd is going on, but okay.
Well, I mean, magical does not necessarily mean odd.
Yeah, this is
That's true.
So you actually see that there are some bruising around her wrists, and you're pretty sure that they resemble kind of like braids of like maybe a rope or something like that. Does anybody else go into the sex thing after Funkin announces that?
I thoroughly investigated.
Oh no.
Jizz
Hey,
stains
guys,
everywhere.
try me
It's like
to this.
fucking. It's like Chef Gordon Ramsay investigating the motel room.
Does our flashlight thingies have like a black light setting? Or?
There is no blacklight setting now.
Oh damn.
More importantly, is there blood?
I send Arian to sniff around down there.
He
Arian,
hates you.
can you go in there while we read them their rights? We need to know exactly how much rough sex was going on down there to make sure we charge them appropriately.
Disgusting human.
So is anybody looking around the sex dungeon? Is it just
Yes,
you're investigating it? You said.
I am thoroughly investigating it.
I will keep eye on perverts. You investigate dungeon.
Finally, a good roll.
I'm going to question the woman.
Okay.
holding out my coloring book like I'm taking notes, but actually I'm just doodling like her in weird sex positions.
Oh.
How long has this been going on? How many times? What positions did you use?
When can we watch?
So, Duncan, you look a little bit closer, and what you thought before was a bench. You look at it, and there's some kind of it's like a rocking horse, and there's some kind of mechanical nature to it, and you kind of gently push on one side and rock it forward, and as you do, there's like a highly polished sort of phallic item that kind of pokes up through the middle of it.
I take very detailed notes, like I was writing a patent.
Okay. You look at another device, and you see it's kind of like there's a hinge involved, and it's this big like rectangular, almost like a table, but you go and you see the hinge, and you're trying to figure out how it works, and you kind of tilt it, and it just is the table spins. So you're thinking that, okay, you would put your feet in here, into these straps down here, and then if you turn it like that, it like you would basically I don't know. It's for like having sex upside down, basically.
I thought you were
I
telling to make
take
a deck
detailed notes
save.
of everything. How about that?
Because that is the big question now. Is it a torture chamber or is it a sex dungeon?
Why not
Why not
Louisburg?
That's true.
As
both. Yeah.
you're investigating, you do
as long
see
as they're not-
there's some small like flecks of blood around and things like that. Mostly everything's clean.
But nothing to
But
indicate they're
There's a couple of
systematically.
spots where they maybe got missed. It doesn't look like they're abducting people and torturing them.
Okay, good.
So it looks like just the two of them are having very rough sex.
Yeah, pretty much. You can kind of glean that.
Okay. So I come out and tell the group, and I vividly describe the machines in there.
Okay, so here is deal. People.
With incredible technical skill.
Yes.
Here
And
is deal.
I'm also starting to write my patents as everyone else begins talking.
Now, having rough sex is not illegal. Not currently. Disturbing the peace is, so what I need you to do is get some proper insulation, have some noise reduction built into your dungeon. We are not going to tell people this is our secret. All you must do is provide us with wicker barrels whenever we request. Does that sound okay with you?
I mean,
I'd also
they're more like baskets, but
I'd like-
I can definitely do that. I can do that. Yes, please just don't tell anyone, and we'll definitely insulate it too. We'll do that. Yes.
Well, we'll have to.
Okay, I'd like to make a public service announcement using my drawings. Is it okay if I use your likenesses?
No, it's not okay. No, please don't. Please don't. Please don't.
Okay, I'll just alter them a little bit. She just draws stick figures anyway, but
Mustaches. Give mustaches to everyone.
okay.
Unless they have mustache, in which case give them top hats. Okay, so this this crime has been settled, and we'll return to our leader and inform him of this. We are very sorry to have disturbed you in the middle of whatever it was you were doing. Oh, and may I suggest, put some soft cloth between your arms and the ropes if you do not wish to leave marks.
Someone recommend gags.
Brian, can I go? Thanks for the tip. Yeah.
That's what she said. Okay, guys, let's roll out. You put that down. We're not allowed to take things with us.
Okay. So you guys head out of there. Brian slams the door after you, and you can hear shouting as you're walking away. Something about should have better hidden it, and need a lock, blah 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 blah. Yeah.
Was that improv, or did I genuinely call the crime before we'd set out?
You did. I should have guessed that you would guess it first, Adam. There were some clues you guys missed, but it's okay. You for the most part you figured everything out. So
well, while Masood was interviewing the neighbors, does it add up? The stories kind of match.
Yeah. So what you heard from the neighbors is basically they're like, oh well, they're nice enough, but we know that Brian's got a temper, and we're pretty sure we hear maybe some kind of hits and stuff. There's this particularly old woman that has like a big nose, and she's like, yes, I definitely know that they're doing some things around the side building. Mm-hmm. Yes, they seem to be in there late hours of the night. Mm-hmm. So you get some of the same. Some of the neighbors, you're pretty sure if you had talked to them, you would have thought it was a more serious situation. So yeah. So you guys finished actually pretty early. You went and completed this probably in about maybe 2 hours after you left from the training halls. So you have some free time. You're
Plus
more than welcome to
we got a wicked
wander the
barrel
city
out
if
of
you'd
it.
like.
Yeah. Loot.
Yeah, you can come back and pick that up probably in a couple days or something. Maybe she'll have one ready for you.
Nice. Free wicker barrel. Free wicker barrel, guys, is very good.
I just want to know that's more of a basket. So if you do try to do anything that would require an AC thing, it'll probably break and Funkin will die. Advance notice in case you're trying to roll him down any hills or anything.
It is
But,
risk I am willing
Yeah,
to
that was going to
take.
be my question. Like, how would a barrel affect my AC?
It will depend on the material that the barrel's made out
Okay.
of.
The question
time
is, will
comes-
they float?
When the time
figure that out.
comes,
A mega barrel.
the mega barrel.
Well, you
The
can.
mega
I
barrel.
mean, you could just put wheels on something, and you could have like a mobile tank if you just shoot arrows out of it. Basically,
Yes.
We have the
Something to
technology.
think about down the road.
The thing is, that's something Falcon would totally make.
Yeah,
And we all have different skills training.
So you guys,
Our, glorious
you guys
GM.
have some free time, if you'd like, or you can go back and check in with Orly and see if he has other things for you to do. But you have kind of Beaconwall to explore if you'd like.
Do we want to explore town or impress boss? If we impress boss, he'll give us more work to do.
Aaron just wants food.
Falcon starts making his way towards the government office where he can file patents.
Okay, you'll find it kind of across from the training halls. It's where like number 6 is on the map.
Okay.
Maybe we go take care of merchant disputes.
I mean, we must tell boss first before taking care of.
Yeah, he didn't give you the like where exactly that's happening, so you would have to kind of check in with him first.
I was thinking of just going to some random merchants to see if they get along or not. That works.
Why is the training ground moving?
Where are you going?
Maybe we report to Sergeant.
We have mobile HQ. It's awesome.
Let's say we continue pushing the castle through the city. Checkmate.
Yes, we should. We should report to Orly.
I agree. Orally is good.
Okay. Fonkin's just going to be off, kind of doing his own thing, talking to some administrators.
Yes.
Okay. But everybody else is heading back into the training halls. So you get back in.
Thea is furiously scrawling. She hands out a bunch of pamphlets, all the while shouting, "Hey, no sex in Beaconwall, everyone! No rough sex. If you do it, we will find out. Don't try it."
The best sex investigation team on this.
Investigation team. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
We're like Law and Order.
You're you. That's you guys.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We really are.
Just making sure everybody sees that if your name is Masood, you're exempt. So.
Uh-huh. Yeah. He is tactfully ignoring everything and is very grateful that his kafaya covers his face.
Also, just a quick note that the city is called Beaconwall in here as well. So,
Beaconwall.
so make sure everybody's aware of these things. These are very important details. Is Fia kind of pinning these up on the street as she?
Oh, absolutely. She's gonna scrawl them out like a madwoman and tear them out and throw them all over the place.
Excellent. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys get back, and do you have anything that you want to check in on? You guys are in like no rush right now, but do you want to check in and do anything while you're in the training halls? You want to just go straight to Orly, talk to him?
I'm going to eavesdrop
back to
on
Orly.
some of the other guards if they're talking about like investigations that they're looking into, something like that. Just kind of getting the general pulse of the city.
Okay. You hear a couple comments. You don't need to make a perception check or anything like that, but you hear a couple comments of just like, Rainier's tearing a warpath down the roads, and oh yeah, well, you never know what Brightbrand's going to be doing. Who knows about that guy? You hear, I heard Sneed's gonna kind of, I'm sorry, shit, I'm getting my NPCs mixed up. You hear, I heard Sprat's gonna name his successor. Who knows? You never know with that guy. Just a bag full of nerves, I think. You hear something about mess hall food shit, and also, could use a drink.
Okay.
Yeah, so just that you hear like a couple names get dropped. So that was
Which I assume I've heard before since you had them listed as NPCs.
yeah, these are prominent nobles, so you're aware of who they are. You guys probably haven't met them before, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, I doubt that.
You probably haven't met them, but they're very important people.
You aren't familiar really with Brightbrand. You're not sure who that is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a new name.
Mhm.
Well, I recognize these guys at least enough. I've seen them around. I can ask. Who is this Brightbrand?
Oh, trainee, how you doing? It's your trials, right? How are those going?
Fine.
Brightbrand, I mean, well, Ian kind of looks you up and down. He sees that you're like really tanned and whatever. He's like, obviously you're not really from Beaconwall. Yeah, I call him Brightbrand. He's kind of runs things in a way around here. Sort of covers the gaps where the gods don't. You know what I mean?
Mercenary?
Well, he deals with the nobles in different ways. Things that are above my rank. I don't know. He's he walks among them, goes to the events, the celebrations, that sort of thing, and kind of negotiates deals, brokers things. I don't know. We all think he's got his hands in more than is sort of publicly visible, though.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Good to know. Thank you.
Yeah, start off. He goes and turns back and talks to his friend again. Okay. Anybody else want to do anything before trying to talk to Orly, or?
No, I'm gonna head straight
he's
for
ready
Orly.
as soon as we're ready.
Yeah.
Okay. So you go ahead, knock on Orly's door. Yeah, go in. He said, "Oh, you're back already. What?
Yes.
You fucked up that quick, or what?"
Talking about fucking, it was rough sex, as I told you.
You're gonna have to give more, maybe not graphic details, but you're gonna have to explain.
Horace taught me about rough sex, and then we found some.
When the man
Horace.
loves woman, they build dungeon together and have loud, noisy, loud sex in dungeon.
Yeah, skip ahead a bit and tell me how this relates to the O'Tools.
They were having really rough sex. Like, he was on top of her like that, and she was like hanging from the bottom like that on this rack, and she was like, "Oh no, someone help me!" And then he was like, "Too late." And then yeah.
Whoa.
They were doing this in public?
Mostly,
No.
no.
They were doing it when you got there?
Mostly, no.
Oh, take a flyer, by the way.
He takes one. He goes. He writes a little. He takes a little quill and puts in red ink. Writes an E next to Beaconwall. Also circles the little asterisk thing and puts like just a couple of question marks and gives it back to you.
No, this is correct. I don't understand Beaconwall. This is Baconwall.
Okay, so something of a sexual nature was happening, and that was where the noise complaints were coming from. Is that what I'm getting?
That is correct.
It matches what I have learned from the neighbors.
Well, you didn't arrest them, did you?
No.
Oh.
We told
What'd
them.
you do?
We told them to get proper soundproofing and
Gags.
gags, and to execute a proper safety when administering sexy times.
It's different ways that the guard helps out, and it's not always going to be 100% clear-cut legal issues, so good job, I guess. That's sort of what I would have recommended.
You would have recommended rough sex. You're not the man I thought you were.
No, your solution.
Ah,
You just kind of like.
I'll add that to the memo. Sergeant Orley recommends rough sex.
Don't write that. Yeah.
What are you gonna do if I do?
make sure you throw with thumbs up.
So, Sergeant, now that we pass, do we receive weapons and wage war for the glory of Beaconwall?
Well, not yet.
It's
Oh,
called Beaconwall.
Oh, Beaconwall.
You embarrass yourself.
I ask for forgiveness.
We're not. We're not really trying to start any wars or anything. We're trying to prevent crime, that sort of thing.
Oh,
And there's more to
Encourage rough
respond to.
sex.
So, your reward for finishing is that you get to do the other one that you didn't do. So, go back out there, do good work. I'm actually... Well, come back and do a good job again. Then I'll be proud of you. How about that? Go ahead. You're dismissed. You also earn DM inspiration because you found basically the right solution to that.
Yeah.
That'll help us with our shit
of us,
rolls.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah,
are really bad right now.
it just means we're going to roll poorly twice. That's all.
Can't
I
take
think
a
you guys
negative
you
attitude.
rolled consistently like below 8s, except for Fonkin on a couple of them.
Yeah,
So
I think I got a nat 20 and then a
Put it on
22.
my sheet that you would
I
take
had
inspiration.
117 for.
Oh, true.
I
Boris
forgot
had
what it
one
was.
good perception check too.
Yeah.
Okay.
All it took was me running over and ripping down the curtain.
So,
Destruction of private property for the win.
Yeah.
so that was
Yeah, Vulcan
we
just
were
kind of
lost.
bursted in there, tore down a tapestry, and rushed into the dungeon.
Oh yeah, and I yelled out that was a sex dungeon. That happened.
Oh, before he I'm sorry. Before he dismisses, he points out that the booth where the merchant dispute was happening was like over here. So it was over just by what would be it says gate for some reason over here, but this would be kind of the noble area all down in this.
All right.
I'm
And
guessing.
here is the big like open air market, and there's tents and things like that.
I'm guessing it's rough sex again. But I realize odds are against it being the same thing twice.
It very well could be. Maybe I'm not that creative.
That's a possibility.
No, impossible.
This
Impossible.
time,
You're-
we must no more leniency, death penalty for rough sex.
So you guys finished by like noon.
Yeah, death penalty. Valak, you'll kill anyone that has rough sex, right?
Strangulation, make it look like accident.
I do not have
That's
weapons.
what you do, right? You kill people. That's what you said on day one.
Yes. But did Sergeant authorize killing? We have these cans, but he said not to use cans on civilians. He said not to spray civilians. Maybe I can bludgeon one into submission.
That's
good.
loophole.
Now, bludgeon anyone that has rough sex, Valix.
Yes. Perhaps if I can get a pillowcase and we put all the cans in it, I can then swing it at them.
Holy shit.
And then one goes off, and it's just a cloud of...
It's like boot camp all over again.
8 months undone in a single day.
I could build the campaign completely differently if you guys take that course. That's totally fine. That's what the game is for. So.
Excellent.
It's totally ready for us to derail the whole thing.
Let's head to merchant.
I think
dispute.
Blake's just more surprised that we handled that competently and didn't just immediately get shit canned by Orly.
I should have known who I was dealing with, and that you would have probably guessed the right solution immediately when I started describing it. Because domestic violence is totally not a serious issue. So
Domestic violence is totally not a serious issue. Don't even need to be with domestic violence. Go. Why
All right, let's move on.
For that?
Yeah. Let's not open up that can.
Yeah,
So,
so you guys finished like right about noon. So you have like a better part of the day. Like you have plenty of time to go do this. You can go straight there, or you can do whatever you want.
I mean, maybe we should grab lunch first.
Well, we are going to the market, right? So there must be some food vendors around.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, let's use our authority and get some free food.
And 3 barrels.
Yes. Let's get barrels of food. You, give me a barrel of pickled fish.
Yeah.
And they just dump the pickled fish out and just take the barrel.
Regal crown.
The thing is, Valak would totally use his authority to get free booze.
Wait, do you say that? Do you say that? Do you say you want a real crown of Fia?
Yep.
Okay, I pressed the digitation, a palm-sized crown on top of Mr. Furry Paws's face.
Nice.
Excellent. Okay.
Yeah.
Stands all tall and everything.
Mm.
So I actually didn't think about gold because you guys get equipment and things like that. I could say you maybe had like a stipend of like 2 gold per week or something like that. As trainees, just so you can like live. So that would be, let's see, so
I had 10
So
gold in my
you'd have-
background. So
Yeah,
Mhm.
thank you.
extra.
I had 15.
I'm going to say 1 gold
Okay.
actually. 1 gold per week. So you would have 32 gold.
Man, those fucking pay cards.
32.
I mean, that's assuming that you didn't spend anything, but I can only assume that you didn't because we're doing a time skip. So.
Yeah, I'll take off 10.
Mhm.
That seems like a reasonable amount to spend.
I'll take his 10.
I didn't spend it on you.
No. We were playing cards one night, and Fia lost all her gold.
There you go.
You fucking invited a 12-year-old girl to your card game?
I mean,
It was Mia, actually, that suggested turning
First off,
goldfish into a gambling
First off.
game. So
It would have
She
been
is
even better if
smarter
she
than
would have
any one of
hustled
you
you.
motherfuckers.
Yeah.
She would fucking sucker you idiots in like crazy.
Card shark.
the thing is, she's got nothing on
Yeah.
Funk, and he's a bigger idiot.
Yeah. On top of that, I have a cat that I can basically clairvoyance sight through, so I would almost certainly cheat.
Oh, certainly.
Definitely.
we gotta disclose that. Like, good to know.
See, Falcon wouldn't
Yeah.
even look at his cards; he'd just be dumb.
Mm,
Collins Woodsy has, fuck you, pair of threes.
yeah.
So you want to go? You want to just go eat?
Mm.
Do we know which stores?
I mean, I'm going to use the opportunity to kind of... Sorry, excuse me. I went down the wrong pipe. Case out the stall of our accused. Just kind of see what she's about, how she interacts with customers, etc.
You can see actually as you're checking it out, you can see that there's a woman with kind of curly red hair. She's a little bit like matronly. Like think of what's her name? Like Molly Weasley from like Harry Potter.
Aw.
Kind of looks like that. And that's presumably Molly McLaughlin, who's in the post. And she's standing next to her. It's kind of like a kiosk. It's really like a mall kiosk. It's got like wheels out. And it has some fabrics like scarves, and a couple of like blouses, hanging down, just garments. They're pretty nice. You have like a mix. There's like a couple of woolen ones. There's nothing like fancy. It's not like silk or anything, but she just has some clothing hanging up there. And you see another guy, kind of a shrew-looking dude, has longer hair, kind of goes down below his ears, but it's slicked back and kind of curls up at the bottom. He looks a lot like, we'll say, like Prince Humperdinck from The Princess Bride. And he's got kind of this black, like simple cap on, and he has kind of fine robes on, deep blue color, some like gold trim around his sleeves, and he's got like a satchel, like a little knapsack thing. And there's actually a senior guard, and he looks very bored, and he's standing next to them, and it looks like he kind of reserved this with the expectation that some trainees would be answering this call today. So that's kind of what you see, and there's nobody's like trying to do business or anything like that because the guard is there, and Molly's just kind of sitting there like kind of downtrodden and kind of has her hand on her chin, and the other guy's just like hands on his hip. He's like checking his invisible watch and tapping his foot.
And the other guy, does he appear to be like an assistant or
What other guy?
the guy that you're talking about?
I thought
the
he was
guy
a rival stall owner.
He's
wasn't he?
a minor noble. He's a minor noble. He just looks like he's like a common dude, but he's well dressed and stuff like that.
So they're just waiting for us to come and investigate. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun.
Do any of the garments have like loose string hanging down?
Yeah, there's some loose like yarn, not like balls of yarn that a cat would play with, but there's yarn like that's bound, sort of like and ready to be used on a loom. Like it's unwoven, but like there's a sort of a cord like cinching the middle of it type of thing.
He's gonna try to like start batting at it.
Okay.
Arian runs ahead and that's the tassel. There you go.
Do you want to make a stealth check?
Yeah, you want to do a stealth check, Kelsey?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, aren't cats proficient? They're proficient in stealth, aren't they? That's not written on my character sheet for Arian. Hang on.
I think they need an actual character.
Let me.
Yeah, maybe.
Cat.
Yeah, they have stealth +4. I'm just going to roll a d20 +4 because it's not on their character sheet.
Yep.
So, d20. There you go, 17. The only good roll tonight.
Yeah, she doesn't notice. So it's kind of on a hook that's on the lower side of the cart. So there's a few different colors or whatever done up. And it's just like surplus supplies probably that she buys and just sells to make a couple extra coins. And you can play with one of them, sure.
Yes.
He's gonna start chewing on it.
You.
Kind of
I'm gonna
cat, like quick.
He is going to. Fia's going to stay behind, and she's going to say, "Hey, Valak, can I get a piggyback ride real quick? I'm just going to go to sleep. You're gonna see what Arian's up to."
Yes, come up, and I'll pick her up.
Okay, and with that, I'm going to use the component of my Find Familiar spell that allows me to see through my familiar's eyes and sense what he senses.
Cool.
So I'm going to... Yep, that's a lot of stuff. Just trust me, it's in there.
Yep.
Additionally, as an
I know
action,
you
you can
do.
see through your familiar's eyes. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm seeing through her eyes right now. Through his eyes.
So you're at ground level, and there's this little it's like soft, a little bit of kind of like a metallic sheen to it. The particular color she's looking at, and he's looking at that it's like an emerald color with like a little bit of gold kind of spots in it, and you just see like a paw is just kind of like patting at it. Yeah.
Aww. You hear right next to you, Val, like in your ear, like, "Oh, who's a Mr. Cuddlepaw? Look at you. Oh, you just gonna play with the tassel? Oh, okay, baby. Cutie."
You're able to let me hang on. Are you able to control what the familiar does, or is it like a telepathic bond that tells it what to do?
Within 100 feet of
agree
me.
or disagree. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Communicate with it. Right. Okay. Yeah, but you're not like assuming control over it, right?
No, I'm just seeing what he's up to.
Okay.
I lost sight of him.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's going on. The cat's over there. Most of you observed that. What's everybody else doing?
Falcon finishes at the patent office and tries to find everyone else. Oh, Falcon finished.
Oh yeah, so you make a loop around. So you end up back at the thing and really kind of chews you out. What are you doing? Go back to your squad with
This.
you. Jeez, for fuck's sake, Falcon. And and so he points out where they are, and you can catch up with them.
Okay.
About this.
Falcon heads that way, and beams at his newly granted patents. I'm assuming they were granted.
Yeah, I mean it's a long procedure, so they're like, yeah, they're on view.
Okay.
The clerk, when given them, observed them and kind of read your patent description, because you do have to provide a written description, and very wide-eyed, very like, what is this gnome doing? Yeah.
All you have to say is gnome.
So you're back with the crew now.
Okay.
I would like to approach the woman with the stool and execute our well-crafted plan.
Oh, she looks up. Oh, are you here now? Jeez, we've been waiting. I haven't been able to do any business today. This guy over here is trying to say took his things.
What sort of food do you do?
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you? You're not talking to Molly. You're talking to
I'm talking to Molly.
Oh,
What food? I was told there
food?
was barrels of food.
Barrels?
There's a tavern across the square there. Thought. Wait, I'm sorry. Are you not here to help me?
I am. I'm helping by asking question.
Oh, well, I don't have any food. No, I have just my lunch that I brought with me. That's it.
That will do. Thank you. Now, what barrels do you have?
No, this is my cart. I don't have. Do you know? Are you all right, honey? Are you in the place?
Yes, I am a member of guard. See, I have pin. There is whistle, but I am not able to get right now. You must take my word that I have whistle on me somewhere. So,
All right.
What?
I just said all right.
Oh, sorry, I can't hear you.
Falcon
whistle noise.
points to Boris's uniform. Is Boris wearing a uniform?
Yes, but it looks very shabby.
Yeah, I point to the crest on the uniform.
Mm-hmm.
See, he knows I'm guard as well. So you say this man over here, he touched you?
Actually, hang on, wait a second. You ate your badge, didn't you?
No, I didn't eat the badge. I ate the whistle.
Okay.
You ate the whistle?
I ate the whistle. Actually, maybe I did eat the badge.
I forgot you missed that.
What did
I wasn't here for that.
I may have eaten the badge. I'm unsure.
I think you ate the badge before I could catch anything, and then I tried to look for you eating the whistle to try and stop you, and you ate that.
What was the large stone thing?
That was the badge.
That was the badge.
It was delicious.
So you're just because you're just wearing the regular kind of clothing, right?
I'm wearing the guard's clothing, yeah.
Right, but like the attendance uniform type thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you look like just a normal person. So you're just asking food. But she looks over and she sees your friends behind you and she's like, okay, all right, sure. She's very confused by your questions, though.
Your lunch is very tasty. So you say this man is causing problem. What problem this man cause?
Well, he's saying that I stole something and I didn't do it.
Did you?
No, I haven't.
Did you?
I haven't even done business with this man before. I've never seen him. Well, I've seen him, but I've never talked to him. I've never. He's just always verbally. He's nasty to me, but it's fine, and I'm fine with it. I wouldn't want any harm to come to him. I wouldn't want his things, but for some reason I'm caught up in this.
Can I check, please?
As Boris and the women are talking, Fonkin gets kind of bored with what they're saying, and he just starts rummaging through her cart and her person to see if she can find anything that looks like it wouldn't belong.
Yeah. Oh, hey, could you be careful, please? I have everything. Jeez.
Do you want me to roll investigation for that?
Yep, you can roll investigation.
It is fine. I already have her
Okay,
lunch.
nice. So let me see here. So looking at the cart, you don't notice anything like odd. There's nothing. There's not really any. So it's kind of the absence of things that are kind of indicating to you. Like you don't see. There's really any like hidden compartment on it. There's nothing where she would have like stashed something, for example. It looks pretty standard.
I take detailed notes of its contents, and I also search her. Like I'm crawling all over her, kind of like he is familiar does.
Like you like poke at her butt, like to pat her down.
Yes, I'm like full on patting her down, like poking her, not in a sexual way.
Guys, I found her secret compartment.
But like I'm crawling all over her.
The guard who is in attendance is like, hey, little fella, pipe down, conduct yourself professionally here, trainees. And he just kind of turns the other way. He doesn't really intervene. He just says that.
Okay. Like, I'm not doing anything inappropriate, just, like, crawling all over her and patting her down.
It's not inappropriate. I'm just crawling all over her.
She's got, like, the GB.
Oh my god.
Like, she's, like, patting, like, her skirt, like, making sure the skirt's down and things, like, while she's, like, very physically disturbed and mentally upset.
Madam, this will go a lot quicker if we were more professional. Good day. And I'm gonna go and talk to the guy.
Okay.
Hey, Blake, could I roll an inside check real quick to see if she was lying when she said she didn't steal it?
Yes, definitely. When she said, I'm sorry, what?
When she said she didn't steal whatever it was stolen.
Oh, yeah. She seems to be on the level, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, 16, yeah. Okay. So, while Fonkin is roping this woman, patting her down, something.
Masood face palms.
Looking for anything that's hidden.
Don't try anything funny. Don't try anything funny, Funkin', or Valak's gonna hit you with a sack full of canisters.
This is our new.
After about 20 seconds of you like poking and prodding at this woman, she's just like, no, that's enough, and she like kind of shoves you off. Which you're 3 feet tall, so she can do that.
Falcon doesn't resist. Then he walks over to the man and starts doing the same thing.
Okay.
Equal opportunity groper.
So let's retroactively let's wind back a couple seconds. So Boris goes over and starts talking to this guy.
Yes. Hello. Do you sell food?
No, I don't sell food.
What?
I don't sell food.
That is outrageous. You only sell barrels then.
I don't know where you got that idea, but I don't do either of those things.
What do you do?
I'm in real estate.
Oh, real estate. Really? State. So what is problem with lady?
She took my coin off my person, and she's despicable and disgusting and a terrible human being.
Is this the only problem you have had with her, or is she a long-time problem for you?
Oh, she has inconvenienced me for a long time. You see, I live just up there, and he kind of points back into the Noble District, and about a couple blocks down. Yeah, you see that one with the red door? That's mine. And she is a bit too close to the district, and is well, frankly, just dirtying up the place, and she's a bit of an eyesore on my walk every day in the morning. But in this case, and he kind of corrects himself, like remembers what he's talking about. In this case, she also stole my coin purse right off my person.
I am unsure of whether you're angry at this lady because she's bringing down house prices or because you are secretly in love with her. My guess is house prices, which is weird. How valuable is this spot that she has?
I mean, it needs to be kept clear. It needs to be kept clear so that I can move about and do my business, walk and escort customers as I need to, and it's much too close to the district, frankly.
And that is why you're framing her for theft.
There's not a framing, no, as she took my coin. Not for something I paid for, by the way.
Then why did she take it?
I don't know, she got it out for me.
How did she take it? You seem like you're bigger and stronger.
With her pilfery, sneaky merchant hands. I don't know. You should be talking to her, not me.
I'm going to assume that he's guilty, but can I insight check to see if Boris assumes that he's guilty as well?
Go ahead. What are you exactly looking for? Just
I'm trying to discern whether he's lying really about her taking his coin. I think he's just trying to frame it.
Finding inconsistencies in his stories, stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
I mean, I can see them before
he seems shifty.
He seems
He seems shifty. Yeah.
Are you aware that it is highly illegal to have rough sex in this city?
Choose your next words wisely. We'll know if you're lying.
He kind of like closes his tunic and like does another button up. He had like one button undone. And he does it all the way to the top. He's like, "No, I didn't know that. Thank you for the announcement."
Masood facepalm so hard it's going to leave a mark.
Falcon starts crawling over him. Like the
yes,
lady.
yeah. At this point, Falcon comes up and basically pinches his butt to like pat him down.
Oh, not just that, like literally crawling all over him.
Go ahead and roll another investigation check.
Oh my god.
Okay. Yeah, you go through and he has like his take a quick peek in there, and he's doing the same type of thing. He's kind of like batting your hand away. He's like, "What are you doing? Get out of here!" And as far as you can tell, you can't really find anything. And then you reach around and you feel into the left side of his coat pocket, and it's like a little jingle sound.
I pull it out.
Yeah, it's a small kind of cloth coin purse with like a little snap at the top.
I open it.
There appears to be some coin in there.
I say, what's this? I thought you said she took this.
Oh, that's my backup coin purse. That's not the real one. The main one's missing.
If this is not the real one, then we can take, yes?
Well, it's still mine. That's my coin. It's my emergency fund.
How many do you have?
Two.
When I patted the merchant lady down, did I notice a coin purse? Or one that when I patted the merchant lady down, did I notice a coin purse? Like
no, she didn't have anything on her.
Okay. How about her cart?
She did have like a little lidded box with coins in it. It looks like the equivalent basically of what her register would be, though. It wasn't like a coin purse.
And it didn't have an exorbitant amount or anything that would seem overly inflated for what her business would generally be.
No, it looked like it had like 10 of each. It looks like it was probably her change for the day, and that she hasn't really even been able to do business today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sir, I am very suspicious of you are lying. Guys, do we know what punishment is for lying?
I think it's to the stocks.
This stocks. What?
You there, Mr. Actual Proper Professional Guard. Punishment for lying is not death, correct?
No, you can't kill someone for lying. Some people deserve it, but no.
Can you cast grease on someone that lies?
Cast what?
I cast grease.
Okay.
You cast grease on him. He somehow looks less greasy than when he started.
No.
So, okay. Wow. Okay. Nice.
Do not resist.
Funkin and Boris, please make dexterity saving throws, and I'll roll one for.
I'm a leaf on the wind.
My spell save DC is 13.
Fuck me, I really am a leaf on the wind.
You same?
Okay, so you guys, what was your DC? I'm sorry.
I think it's at 13.
Okay, so you guys both save, and this guy just slips out. So you guys kind of dodge back, step back really quick. You hear her saying, "I cast grease," and all of a sudden this like yellowish, sort of buttery looking liquid, looks like movie popcorn butter for and just shoots and sprays this guy on the chest.
It's like when we hear her say grease because she did it to us like 3 nights in a row during training.
Yes.
It just sprays and splashes this guy on the chest and like covers his face or whatever, and he just and kind of does like a Scooby Doo, like spins in place, like slips several times, and then falls right on his ass.
Quick,
and
everyone, grab him! He's trying to give us the slip.
He takes 4 damage from that.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
Jeez,
He
he's
hits
a
his
commoner.
head
That's him pretty much
falls.
dead.
He hits his head when he falls, and he's not knocked out, but he's like really disoriented, just kind of like cross-eyed, and he's like, "Ooh."
I don't know
All
what
right,
to do
that's
from
punishment enough. That was super embarrassing.
here. Sir, are you familiar with the story of the boy who cried wolf?
This guy can't respond to you. He's probably concussed.
Ah, good. Basically, what I'm saying is, if you besmirch this
Good
good
boy,
lady's
Cuddle
name
Paws.
again, besmirch good lady's name again, we'll set wolf on you. You are free to go.
No, Ponkin tugs on Masood's like pants and says, I think we should take him in. I think it's illegal to lie to us.
Oh no. Then we'll break laws lots. Oh wait, are we allowed to lie to us?
I think so. Just they can't.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No,
Take
it's
him away,
illegal. The only
toys.
way that you cannot get taken is tell us the truth. We'll arrest you on the spot, Boris. You're in Inquisition territory, buddy.
If lying to the guard kind of hears what you're saying, and he's over kind of like attending to the guy and trying to get him back on his feet. He says, lying to an officer is not a crime, but if they're lying in the course of an investigation, yes, they are breaking the law by impeding the investigation. He's picking this guy up or whatever. So the guy's back on his feet.
Okay.
I'm actually going to crouch down so that I'm eye level with Fonkin and speak to him in Gnomish, by the way.
Oh.
Did you find a loose coin purse while searching her stall?
Funkin responds in Gnomish. I didn't find a loose coin purse on her.
Then it seems he is lying.
Yes, that's my conclusion. She just had her normal amount of change for the day. It was even everything in her little change box.
Well, then we shall report.
We'll
stand back up.
We will take him back to the station.
And go ahead.
We'll take him back to the station. He is guilty of lying to us.
I was explicitly told that the trainees are supposed to pass judgment, so whatever you want to do so that I can get the fuck out of here.
Oh. Do we have a cane?
We have cans. I start taking off my cloak. I can,
I think we should banish him from the city.
I think
Falcon says quickly.
I think we should take him to the sex dungeon.
I think we should make him wear his underwear on his head for a day.
He should wear my underwear on his head for
We all visibly cringe.
I think we should take turns shitting in his shoes. As is camp tradition.
He needs medical help.
I think a lot of people in here need medical help, but I think some are beyond that.
Falcon looks at Fia as she says that.
Yeah, Fia's going to snap out of her her familiar sense real quick, and then climb off of Alec and shine her her quick torch in the poor soul's eyes to make sure he doesn't have a concussion.
He does now.
Yeah, there's no pupil dilation. He definitely has a concussion.
Yeah, this guy's not having a great time. We should probably take him back to the station anyway, because I probably hurt him real bad.
We should probably take him to doctor or medic or cleric or whoever it is that digs graves.
An undertaker?
I
we could do that.
I tap my metal-bound Bible and say, I can read for his burial, his funeral.
That settles it then.
So we're gonna bury him alive?
No, we will finish job.
We bury the evidence. No one needs to know what happened here. And if any of you rat me out, I'll turn you all. I'll grease you all.
Falcon nonchalantly pockets his coin purse.
I'm sorry, Falcon takes his coin purse?
Falcon already had it in his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, do a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, you just took his coins.
How much did he have?
He had 20 gold, and 6 silver, and 4 copper.
Oh shit!
He's a rich dude.
Yeah, dude, you just got paid more in like 20 weeks, and you did that one.
6 copper and how much silver?
Officer is great.
That really plays.
Yeah. We're going to have a shining, sterling, awesome reputation after this.
Oh, yeah. Yes, we are. Welcome to Fuck Up Squad.
Yeah.
Right.
My name's Thea, the Grease Maid. I'm going to give everyone in here concussions.
I'm going to place
him. Tell me what happened.
I'm going to place him on grease and spin him by ankle. Whichever way he is facing, we will take him to that location.
Also, wants to try ice skating without skates.
It goes good.
Oh no!
You guys see like Molly peer out from around the corner of her cart. She's like, am I allowed to go or what?
Oh, of course, you're free to go. Thank you for the lunch. It is appreciated.
Okay, I'll just move my cart a little further down. Thank you. And she just moves over.
Wait.
Remember, no rough sex. We'll know.
I'm going to leave them to it and just go and talk to her quietly. Just make sure to get like a written statement from her, just saying what her side of events were, and tell her that what we can tell from listening to him is that he's just didn't like that she was positioned there. If she would move her cart, she probably won't see any complaints in the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great idea. So you do that.
Cool.
Yeah, thank you for helping. Is the guy gonna be all right?
He'll be fine.
Okay. Well, I suppose he probably won't bother me anymore. So, you really helped me. Thank you very much. Can I give you a garment or something?
I was about to say, if she has just like some square cloth that I could use, like of a fine-ish quality.
Mm-hmm. Like a kerchief?
Well, just like my kafaya, the face wrap, head wrap that he wears, traditional of
Oh,
the
okay,
desert
so like a
people.
longer, like a scarf type of thing.
Well, yeah, because it's really just a big square cloth that's folded in a certain way.
Okay. Yeah, she doesn't have. I mean, it's an uncommon garment for Beaconwall, so she doesn't
Yeah.
have like a big one, but she has like a bandana-sized one. That she's like, oh, maybe this will work. Here you go.
Thank you. If he
It's
gives
like
you no
it's like a
trouble.
light blue color.
If you don't mind, could you take requests? I kind of want like a wide-brimmed hat with a really pointy top.
Oh,
It reminds me of my grandma.
I'm not a hatter, but that's so sweet. I think it's a great idea. I hope you find it. There might be a merchant right over there. Her name's Doris. She might be able to help you.
Okay, thanks, nice lady.
You're welcome, little one.
Mistress
I skip
McLaughlin.
off towards Doris to get my hat.
Make whoever's involved in, I guess, basically manhandling the noble guy, make another investigation check, because you've kind of been rolling them around and stuff.
Is he shooting shit?
Yep.
Dang.
Oh, does Arian get to roll too? Because he was like over there shitting in his shoes.
Sure.
Okay, excellent. I'm just gonna do a straight roll. I don't feel like looking up the intelligence. There we go. 17.
Wow. Yeah. So Arian, like, as she's sniffing around while this guy is like being spun onto the ground like a weird version of Twister, he finds in like a back pocket something that Fonkin missed, and she tugs on it a little bit, and she pulls out this piece of fabric, and it looks like a really, really nice material, and you can see that it has like a little hook on it, as if it was hanging up. So this is something that was like just taken off of the cart.
Oh.
So it looks like actually he stole from Molly.
What does Arian do with this information?
Arian's
question. Yeah. What does Mr. Cuddles do with this information?
I mean, you guys see him holding this like little kerchief thing in his mouth.
Then try to run off. Over
Okay.
Fia.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, towards Fia, or do you just run away?
Towards Fia.
Okay.
He can't really run away from her. He's kind of bound to her.
Yeah.
Can't get far.
Yeah.
Nah.
He just poops back.
Yeah, he's already skipping off towards Doris, so I guess Arian follows after revealing that this person has some fabric in his back pocket.
Mm-hmm.
This is how we're going to resolve that.
Okay. Do you want to interact with the hat person?
Yes, I would. I would very much like to interact with tourists.
Okay. So you come up and he's, oh, hello, little dearie, you are so cute. And she immediately pinches your cheeks. She's like a large woman, wide hips. She's older, so she's not like obese or anything, but she's like a little bit overweight or whatever, like, soft in the middle, just very like matronly type of person. But wide hips, and her waist goes in a little bit. Enormous bosom. She has a big purple sort of cloth kerchief thing that's knotted around her neck, and she also has black hair, curly. Looks like a little bit maybe greasy. It's just like it's a shiny. She's got a sheen on her hair, but curly, and she has these big gold hoop earrings. And she's wearing a very tall, pointed, like a princess hat, like fairy tale princess, with like the sash thing on the back. And it's got like silver stars on it. It's a pink color.
Hello, Miss Doris.
Hello, and who are you?
My name's Fia.
Oh, Fia, I love that name. What can I do for you, dear?
Thank you, Miss Doris. I was told that you sell hats.
Oh, I do. They're most fabulous hats. They'll make you taller, they'll make you wider, they'll do whatever you want. What are you looking for?
Yeah, I want. So I was telling Molly over there that I want a hat with a wide brim and like a cone shape coming out because it's kind of like my grandmama's hat.
Wait. Let me. How about, first of all, can we do a little fashion show? How about this one? And she pulls off one, and it looks like it's made of straw, and it's a flat, sort of flatter hat, and it has a flat brim, and a flat top on it. Just comes up a couple inches. It's basically like a hat that like Madeline, the little French girl, would wear
Mm.
for like her school uniform. And she puts that on your head and says, "Oh my God, it's so dear! Oh my goodness!"
Fia takes it back off and kind of inspects it, like inspects the ribbon and everything, and she just kind of makes it like she changes the color of the ribbon a little bit, and
Ooh.
like with the prestidigitation, of like look more pink. And she
Mhm.
puts it back on. She says, "Does it look better now?"
Oh, it's delightful. But I know, you know what? The heart wants what it wants, and I know that this one is it's not quite for you. So let me see. So let's go. And oh my God! Before I get you the other one, you have to try this. And she gets down another one, and it's kind of like a head wrap sort of thing. And she goes, "Here, close your eye, and she binds it really quick around, and you can feel like there's like, okay, so there's some sort of bobble. You feel like it's almost balanced on your head, and you open your eyes, and you have basically the Chiquita lady like fruit basket thing up on your head, um, about a foot off the top of your head, but you're wearing basically a bunch of fruit.
Oh, hang on a second. And Fia like loses consciousness real quick and looks through Arian at herself, like at
She has a little mirror
herself,
on
and she
on
says,
her card stand too.
"Oh, I look really fruity."
Mm-hmm.
It's not really practical though. I gotta do guard stuff.
Oh, you're a member of the guard. Oh my goodness, I didn't
I
realize
am.
the pink. I see your white cape now, but the pink and you were just so cute. I'm sorry. How old are you?
I'm 12.
12 years old. They let you in the guard. Oh, you must be so gifted. And she's taking this off of you, and she's kind of disassembling it. So you have a second while she's getting the other. So what do you do for them?
Oh, I'm an expert in magic. See, I can do stuff. And Fia points towards the sky and casts a firebolt.
Oh,
What's the word for firebolt?
that was scary. Okay, well, I can see why you want the pointed hat. So let me get this one for you. I hope grey is okay. It's not anything too fancy. And she'll put it on. It's a little big for you. It kind of sinks down to like your down to your eyebrows, as opposed to kind of sitting on the top of your head.
Oh, that's okay. And then I cast another prestidigitation to make it pink.
Oh, lovely. So you have this little oversized, it's a little bit oversized. It's not like, covering your face or anything, but it's just kind of comically sitting a little bit too big on your head. And, it's a big pink hat.
How much for the hat, Miss Doris?
Well, I can resize it for you if you'd like for a couple of silver, but, just write out, it would be, let me see, it is a nice velvet, it would be 4 gold, but I'll give it to you for 3 because you're such a cutie.
Oh, you're such a sweetheart, Miss Doris. Okay, hang on. Let me get some of my money out that I've earned from being a guard. And she reaches into her coin purse and she pulls out 3 coins and she gives them to her. Is this enough?
Yes. If you could just write a little note here and tell us how much you love your hat and sign it, and if you could mention that you're a member of the guard and that you endorsed us, that'd be so fantastic.
Oh, of course, Miss Doris. I can do that for you. And she signs real quick and just does that.
Doris Haberdashery!
Yes. Thank you so much, Miss Doris. I'll be sure to tell all my friends and come back. Thank you so much.
Oh, please do. Please come talk to me anytime. I'll have sweeties for you next time, okay?
Oh, thank you. And
Okay.
she's gonna skip away, and she's gonna chuckle to herself. I got a whole gold off. I can't believe it. That's a lot more than I usually get.
Fia is a little con artist. Okay.
Wait, what'd Fia do?
She just was a cute little girl, so she got a gold off of her hat.
Off of her what?
She bought a hat. She bought a
hat.
She bought a Lake Witch hat. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
If you want to have it resized, she can do that at any point. You just have to come bring it back, and it'll probably take a day.
Actually, I think Fia kind of likes that it's a little big.
Okay.
Oh, now I have to draw the hat.
That's okay. Keep going. Kelsey's sketching out Fia real quick and re-sketching her. Yeah. Okay.
Was anybody doing anything while? I think apparently Boris has basically buried this man alive.
He would have. I stopped you.
I'd like to fashion a little like breathing tube out of like a reed, and like try to get it down there to his mouth, so he can at least have a chance of like breathing.
No, it's just
Oh, no, we
soil.
didn't
Man is not
bury
in
him.
there. Apparently, not allowed to have fun if guard.
We have a duty.
Falcon tries to ration the like breathing tube, anyways.
Just to see if he can.
So
You shouldn't have
who
handed it
didn't?
over.
Who didn't get anything from the market?
I think
Molly.
Arian is trying to talk to Fia. Is that right? So you guys can emote that out in a second. But yeah, so you guys have basically just propped this guy up like Weekend at Bernie's because he's totally out of it against a tree, I guess, or something, and dug a grave in like we'll say. I think it makes sense actually. Like over here, we'll say is like a nearby park.
Where?
Okay.
Up there. Okay.
Yeah, I don't actually have like a graveyard plotted out anywhere, but I think that would make sense. Just an open space. Okay. So Mossad stopped this from happening. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys are all kind of back together now. You have this guy. You're going to. The other guard just like saw you guys were just like shenanigans, just like don't kill him, and then like fucked off and go get a drink somewhere. So
I'd like to interrupt real quick.
Yeah.
So Arian just showed Fia the fabric, and she's gonna. Oh, where'd you get that?
Got it off the disgusting human.
Ah, okay. Good boy. Good boy, Mr. Fluffy Tail. There you go.
Not
Good boy.
fluffy tail.
Yes, you are. You're Mr. Fluffykins. I know you are. Gives him a nice long scritch. Is at this point, right? Are we still all gathered, or is like Boris buried the man and we're all back in the guard?
You're so they're at the park right now. You just finished doing your hat thing, so I'd say you're just still in the square, like right here.
Wait,
They're
we're
up
not even
here.
at a graveyard. We're just in a park somewhere.
There's no
Somehow that's more
cemetery in the
appropriate.
city. You bury your dead like somewhere out of the city.
I mean, it's still more appropriate to just dig a shallow grave for this man in the middle of like a park.
Yeah.
Playing nearby.
She is gonna run up with her new hat and the fabric in hand, and she's gonna say, "Hey, everyone. So Mr. Whitepaw over there just found a fabric in this man's back pocket. It looks like it might belong to Molly. So do I win the investigation now?"
Shut up, human. Don't tell them. We can sell it.
So, if he is a thief, we have reason to arrest him.
He was a thief and lied to us during the investigation.
So just as a question, Blake, in the 8 months that we've trained, yes, I assume that we know basic protocol for how to deal with people we arrest. I mean, I assume there's like a booking process, blah blah.
Yeah, you bring them back to the jail where people who are under arrest go.
Yeah.
But do they have like Miranda rights and shit that we gotta call out, or?
No, we're playing fucking D&D, man.
Okay. All I'm saying is, like, in my experience,
slaves are legal in some places. You don't know.
Hey, I'm just saying, like, in my D&D experience, I'm more used to getting arrested than arresting.
Yeah, opens her sketchbook.
You know, I would say maybe Boris is basically an awful guard, but everybody else, you have fundamental kind of knowledge of what stuff is going on, and probably Funkin can recall things pretty well for you.
Thea opens the sketchbook and chants out, "You have the right to remain unconscious. Anything you do or don't say will probably not be recorded for posterity, but I'll make fun of it later. Do you understand these rights as I have read them to you?"
The Squad F rights.
Say nothing if you understand.
Everybody, please F in the chat.
Boris is going to lean over and tilt the guy's head back and forwards like he's nodding. There we go. Right thread.
Excellent.
Grab shovel.
Mission accomplished, F Squad. Let's bring this scumbag in.
As you guys are pulling him up like out of his shallow grave, you look over and there's a bunch of trainees that come over here. It looks like Squad C comes and they just look at you and they just like laugh their asses off and then run back over here.
I will dig more graves. You go round them up.
but Valak, we're the comedy squad, right?
Comedy.
Yeah. They were laughing, weren't they? So we're the funny guys, aren't we?
I do not know why they laugh. Would you like to find out?
We can find out tonight while they're asleep.
Alright, so I guess we move out then. If everyone's
I guess.
Yeah, we're
excellent.
We're just going to take him to the jail and go through the booking process
really quick. There we go. Okay, yeah. So you guys can cart him up, and if, you have stuff to take care of. So I'm assuming that you're going back to the guard headquarters and stuff. So you bring him in the front doors, and this guy's obviously in like some rough shape, but he's been mostly resting, so he's like coherent now and like can talk. But you bring him in, and Orly goes, "Okay, so I hope more good news on this one. He looks like shit. And he's covered in all this like essentially butter." And he's got dirt caked onto him because of the grave you dug and also being covered in butter. So he looks like he was made into like a human like mud pie that you wouldn't make when you were young in like a sandbox and stuff like that.
So Falcon does a full recount of his illegal activities, but neglects to mention what we did to him.
He is one slippery customer.
All right, well,
and the one-liner award goes to.
Well, he does.
You had no choice but to butter him up, Sergeant.
Never mind, we have a contender.
There is a contest.
We're gonna make a quick. Hang on 1 second.
Man, this is turning into one slippery slope.
Boo.
You're welcome.
With all of the puns you're making? Oh, actually, hang on 1 second. Hang on.
This is full fat butter. How dairy.
Yeah, sorry. Orly doesn't really know what you're saying with all the puns and things like that. He doesn't make the connection that you actually probably were the cause of all this issue. But he just kind of nods. Is like, oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you didn't kill him. At least it looks like he took a knock on the head. Was that you?
He slipped and fell after we figured out the truth.
He had a fight with gravity. It won.
It was
Slipped
an
and fell.
unfortunate accident that was definitely not caused by anyone.
He landed
the way you
back
phrase
upside
stuff
down.
determines whether or not I'm going to make insight checks. So
Masood says nothing.
make a because it would make a persuasion check, I guess.
Who? All of us?
Who?
No, Fia.
Oh, thank
Okay.
God for that.
Oh, nice.
God damn.
Yes,
The
he-
only good roll of the night.
He's like, okay. He's pretty sure something's up, but like not enough to indicate that he is a suspect of you guys specifically being the cause of things. So he's like,
your methods, but I love your results.
well, I do actually recognize Sneed, and he is heavily involved in real estate here and has economic purpose. So I'm glad you didn't do anything too bad for him. I don't know if he'll remember it tomorrow, but he'll see that his pockets are a little lighter, I guess. What did he do?
He framed the merchant for stealing his gold, and then he also stole from the merchant.
Oh, interesting. Well, did the merchant get her contacts back?
I looked towards Fia.
I thought we were bringing in his evidence.
No, that's all right. She can come pick it up later. Good. All right. Well, we'll put him in jail for a day. Theft. He'll be fined in the morning after he kind of recovers. So, good. Well done. And he'll take them and he'll march him off. Hand him over to some guards and just tell them to lock him up and all this. It's like, well, I got to say, I'm pleased with your performance today. After all that training, you seem to always pull it out at the end. So I'm glad to see the results so far today, and I'm looking forward to the next trials tomorrow. Well, anyway, why don't you go back to the mess, get some rest. No PT tonight. All right?
What?
No running. I won't make you run.
Oh, just latrine
Hooray.
cleaning duties, yes?
You don't have to do that. I know you got a thing. You do you. You do you, Boris. Whatever you want to do with your free.
Can I help Boris clean this? I mean, the latrines.
What are you? Are you squad F the fecal squad? What is this?
We believe that
It's
other
just
squads do not clean latrines as well as we clean the latrines.
They do not speak
I think those
for
two
me.
are the fecal friends.
Whatever you want
That
to
means
do, I just
never
hope you come up with a nice mascot. All right, go ahead. Have a good night. Then he walks off in the
I
other
make
direction.
Orly smell before you leave.
Does Mr. Hanky appear?
Guys, make note, we must collect Wicker Barrel day after tomorrow. It's very important.
Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm going to wrap it tonight. You guys can do whatever you'd like to with the evening. If you want to do anything or do any RP between each other, or talk to other people in the guardhouse, or go about the city and do something, explore a little bit.
Falcon's going to start designing the sex contraptions as he documented them, and set up a side business on the black market.
That was still right outside those people's house, selling their sex dungeon stuff.
Okay. You can do that. Sure.
Okay.
So
Falcon's
what
doing
phase are you at right now? You're designing things?
I'm at the designing and testing things out, and seeing if I can improve upon the designs I already made. And he's going to leave a few out around the barracks to see what happened.
So it'll take you time to make these, so you won't be able to like, do all this tonight. But you can work on the designs tonight.
Yeah, Fogg is like trying to work on the designs and seeing if there's like any improvements he can make to them. And then the next stage of it is going to be like building prototypes and then setting them out around the barracks and seeing what happens.
But where is he getting test subjects?
Yes.
My question is he making these for gnomish dimensions or what?
He's going to start out with actually he's probably going to make them at regular size since he's the only gnome he's seen in the city, I'm guessing.
Yeah, more or less. There's some travelers, but
yeah.
More or less. Okay. Know your market. Good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh man,
I'd like to have a moment.
Like some options we can do with this. This is funny. Okay, I'm going to ask that out of game you just identify. You don't have to give me details because I don't really want you to, but you can just describe basically what you're making.
Okay.
Please don't send me any weird images.
Can do.
Just a written description is fine. And okay. So you do that. What? I almost called you Lurker, but what is Boris doing? In the latrine.
Well, finishing his lunch and putting on a fresh brew, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Fee is with you as well, but she'll tell you straight up. She's like, "Hey, Boris, I know what you're doing. I want to help.
You want to help?
And I don't want to just help. I want to help you profit."
We might as well call Boris latrine.
Nah, come on, Boris. You know I'm out here long enough to know what's going on.
It is slightly awkward that we're both forced into this one tiny cubicle, but okay. Could you pass the paper?
Yeah, that is weird. Anyway, listen. I want to help you sell this.
Sell this?
Mm-hmm. Because if you don't let me sell it, I'm going to tell Orly what you're doing.
Well, right now? I mean... I don't think his problem is what the latrine is built for.
Well, I think Orly might not appreciate it so much. I mean, I am just a little girl, but I'm pretty sure alcohol sells for quite a bit, right?
Oh, you mean the alcohol? Oh, that clears things up now. Can I have some more paper, please? I need to wipe again.
I prestidigitation his ass clean.
Wow. Overreaching. Okay.
Oh.
There's no batteries if you guys.
I hope there's not a touch spell.
Bad touch. Bad touch.
Bad touch.
Thank you. Yes, I suppose if you're going to blackmail them, maybe I could share some profits or whatever. Would you like samples?
I want 60%. I want 60%, and I want 80% of whatever you make.
No.
Okay, then I'm going to go tell Orly what you're doing, and he's going to put a stop to.
Would you like to see contents of latrine?
Not really. I think I'll stay back here, actually.
I think he's threatening to give Fia a swirly. Is that right?
Yeah, I think that's about the size of it. I think he is aware enough of what's going on.
This grave is not as shallow as one I dug in park. Doubly effective.
Boris, roll a
It's super effective,
please.
Intimidation. Can I burn my DM inspiration to roll again?
You may.
Yeah.
I feel like I should be very intimidating little girls. No, she didn't.
What?
Thea has known you long enough now. She kind of just sees you as like just a big drunk teddy bear. So
She's gonna extort him for money.
Horace, if you keep trying to threaten me with swirlies, I'm gonna light that porta potty on fire, and the methane's gonna blow you sky high.
Thea, can you roll an intimidation, please?
Oh yes, please.
That's awesome. If you weren't a 12-year-old girl, I'd say it was just awkward flirting, but I'm gonna blow you up.
Yeah.
So this kind of conversation goes in circles. You're not sure if Fia's threats are actually going to hold up. So what do you want to do, Boris? How do you want to deal with this?
I am willing to do 50-50. It is more than you deserve.
We'll do 50-50, and I'll handle the distribution if you do the cooking.
Do you want me to do cocaine?
I mean, you can do whatever you want with your free time. I just want you to make alcohol for me.
Okay. I will do cocaine and make alcohol.
Alright. I mean, you do whatever you want with your 50%, and I'll do whatever I want with mine.
Suddenly, we're in an episode of Breaking Bad.
I will come up with a real mechanic for you to have to keep up a drug habit. So
Yeah.
I don't even know where to get cocaine from.
Oh, this is fucking amazing. I love fucking D&D.
Okay.
Can we cut scene away from this now, or
No.
Yes.
No, you must
No, this
stay
is a
with
thing.
Boris while he has a shit and gets knocked out by 12-year-old girl. That's why you can leave. You can leave
All right.
now. Thank you.
Via prestidigitations all the toilets clean and then walks away. Don't forget 50-50. And I'll know if you're having rough sex, so don't try it. Then you see Fonkin next to you, just staring at you. Or not Fonkin.
It is Fonkin.
Arian. Yeah, it is Fonkin. Arian's next to you.
Right.
Yeah.
Glaring.
Mm.
So while that's going on, Masood, what are you up to?
Let's see. About what time is it?
You guys completed this like pretty early, so it was early afternoon. So I would say it's maybe like 5 p.m.
Okay. Masood's actually just going to spend the rest of the day up until nightfall. Just slip out of the city and just hang out somewhere that's like in the surrounding area. Just
So you're gonna leave Beaconwall proper.
Yeah.
Okay, be outside the wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe even just chill on the wall and just kind of look out over everything.
All right. Why don't you? Okay. Can you roll a D4, please?
Okay.
Okay. And roll an investigation check, please.
Shit.
It's okay. So you do some exploring, and you decide to go down out this gate, and you want to check out the river. There's not a lot of like flowing water and things like that. You have the oasis out in the desert, but it's just kind of wild to see this big, powerful flowing body of water. And
I would like to canonically say that he does not know how to swim.
Okay, that's fine. So you just spend some time by it, not too close to the banks, but on the edge, and you're just observing, and you kind of take a nice nice walk down. And on your way down, you see there's like a couple of small houses. It looks like just maybe like fishermen. There's nets and things like that out and about. And right about, and we'll do a little here, right here in this bend. There's a small shack that you find. It's really not nice. It's decrepit. There's boards kind of like pushed over and like openings and stuff. Like this place probably doesn't keep out rain very well. It looks like it's pretty mildewy and things like that. But it's just a small kind of private room for you to kind of retreat to. It would be enough to put out like a little bedroll, and you could set up cooking utensils, and you could stay out here and kind of escape the city if you wanted to get away from the noise and kind of be outside of the city.
Well, it's a good thing got carpentry tools as proficiency too. So
yeah, pretty good, right? It's almost like I knew about that.
Yeah, almost. Well,
so
cool. Awesome.
So you have a little fort that you found, just a little abandoned thing. It doesn't seem like anybody owns it. There's overgrown grass and things like that. So you have a little retreat that you can go to if you'd like.
Neat. I have a shack. Hooray.
Yeah. Okay. So while you're doing that, and you place to camp out, and you spend some time there, and maybe just crash, and it's a nice day out, so it's not like soggy or gross inside the shack right now. So you just play music or something, maybe.
Yeah, and make a mental note to what kind of repairs need to be done later. But for now, I'm just enjoying having a place, and let's see if I bomb my music check like I did last time. Which, as I discussed something with Blake earlier, but for the rest of you, he over the 8 months, he kind of gave up the loot, realizing he wasn't very good with his hands. But instead, he took the giant scorpion stinger and drilled some holes into it and made it kind of like an ocarina. Much better.
Nice. Yeah, so you just anybody who would be coming around would hear kind of this like sort of Legend of Zelda-esque little do 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 do. Little faint music coming by, and it's nice. And he lights a little lantern and kind of pan out and back to the city. And now that we're back in the guardhouse, Valak, what are you doing right now?
I think I will go to the smithy and work on maybe a project and maybe add a little more to my Bible to reinforce it a little more. And I'm going to wait until Squad C returns, or when I think they'll return, and I'm going to go over to wherever they are bunking up, and I'll bring my forging hammer with me and my Bible.
And this, I'm sorry, where are you going with this?
To Squad C's area, wherever they hang out.
Okay.
And I'll just see if they're back yet. Like later on in the day.
So you head back to Squad C, and you do see there are some people back in there. So the barracks are set up basically around this courtyard, and they're all just like several sort of smaller buildings around this small courtyard, like sort of vacation lakeside cottage sized things, like not big buildings, but like enough to just fit the several beds. And you kind of lean in. You can hear voices inside and everything. Do you knock? Do you just like jump in, or what?
I just first listen to see, make sure they're back and they're not, too preoccupied. But then I will knock after a moment.
Mm-hmm. So you knock, and who's that? I don't know. And a small kind of woman, young woman, maybe 18 or so, opens the door. She's got red hair. Her ears are a little pointed. Oh, you're the big guy, right? What was it? Vixen?
Vixen? No, Valak.
Valak, yes, okay.
Valet.
Had a
Vodka.
had an exciting day today, did you?
Yes, quite productive.
Yeah,
I
we
have
saw you
question
guys
for you.
being productive. Were you trying to bury someone earlier?
I was not trying to bury. I opened my Bible. I was reading funeral rites.
Oh my god, did you kill someone?
I did not kill anyone today.
The implication hangs in the air.
Yes,
I have question. Do you like laughing?
yes, I think depends on the joke. She basically thinks like you're gonna say something really creepy next. So
Maybe? You and your squad mates. You laugh when you see my squad earlier. We make no joke. Can you help me understand?
well, you were knee deep in some hole. It was a little out of place. You're in the middle of a park. It was funny
That is comedy?
to some. I mean, odd things, right, are funny. No,
I just look at her like deadpan, like I do not understand.
right. Okay. Well, so did you need some information or something, or were you just trying to come figure out how to tell a joke? Like,
I have no interest in joke, but I simply did not understand.
okay. Well, we're just sort of playing cards in here. Maybe you can just find your F squad friends.
I find them. Why?
I mean, they are your friends, right?
Friend squad. Yes, they are. Thank you.
Well, don't you want to hang out with them?
Not right now. I am confused.
You
Goodbye.
are certainly confusing. Tell me, big man, what do you like to do for fun?
What these
Well, I open my Bible. Have you accepted Tempest into your life as your Lord of Battles and Savior? I'll tell you more. I start flipping through the Bible, go to different I point out little illustrations of whatever battles or whatever is recorded in there.
You flip to a new illustration, and then there's a bunch of stink lines coming off of Tempest.
Are you saying that you vandalized his Bible?
I'm saying that there's stink lines in a place you didn't expect them earlier.
That's a yes.
I furrow my brow under my mask. Something seems different. I am sorry. I must go. Perhaps we can speak later on converting you.
All right, Valak. Well, there's a temple in the city, right? Who do you worship?
Tempest.
Oh, it makes sense. All the she kind of gestures to your whole appearance, basically. It's yeah, okay, I see that now. That makes sense. Well, yeah, go check him out sometime. And, pop by if you ever want to talk. Name's Abby.
Abby.
Hmm.
Yes. Well, I'll just sort of I don't have anything to write anything down, so I just sort of scratch the side of my jaw with my hammer. I will remember your name, and I will come back to speak more about Tempest.
Okay, I kind of look forward to it. Bye, big man.
Farewell.
She closes the door.
And I just go off, and I'm just stink lines. And I don't think I would interpret them as stink lines, but I know something's not quite right about that artistic depiction in there. But I don't know if I'm smart enough to figure out who did it. So,
roll.
Who could have done it?
This would be I wonder, because it's related to the person.
I think I would have a good idea.
It's related to motive and things like that. So I'm actually going to say, do a wisdom insight check.
Okay. Insight. So, bam. Ugh.
You're pretty sure it's not anyone you know. You might have maybe grabbed a text that was vandalized a while ago or something. You're really sure.
I think there might be heathens in the barracks. I'm going to start my own investigation then.
Are you gonna?
Not right now. Not right now. But
I think this is going to be a subplot with an Inquisition cleansing. That's going to be.
I'm going to think to myself as I return to the smithy and start working on a man catcher. You know what that is?
I don't.
Okay.
I can imagine what it does.
Time to take that to the sex dungeon.
Oh yeah. Well, actually,
takes notes.
Don't finish that thought.
Okay. I'm gonna just get. It's safe for work.
I don't know if I'm resizing this. I'm trying to get this text to just be bigger, but not hilariously big. Whatever.
It's okay. I can see what it is.
Yeah.
You know what it is?
Yeah, you zoom in enough, you can read it. Whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry, did you post something somewhere, or?
Trying to find a good image of one. This'll do.
So we have 3 subplots now.
Yeah, there's
On top of the barrel one. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the main plot.
Oh, just so everyone's aware, so I'm not going to try and invent something for like Elena and Grim aren't here. I'm not going to try and spend time doing that, if that's okay with everybody.
That's cool.
Yep.
Yeah. Doing what?
Oh wow, that is spooky.
Yeah, that's we're putting it around a person's neck, and you essentially control them with it. So, that's what he's going to start working on in the smithy.
Okay.
Not necessarily going to be able to make one because I don't know. That's going to be a normal kind of thing to make, but in his mind, he's going to start to lead. In his mind, his little mind, he's
that's
going
not
to
a complex design, though. You could try and do a smithing check.
Yeah, cool. He's going to start an Inquisition plan in his head.
Oh my!
He'll be his.
Can you make one that's penis sized for Falcon's contraptions?
If you ask him. Maybe Funkin drops by the smithy every once in a while. Maybe he can even get Valek's help in making the metal components for his prototypes, and he might notice that he's working on a man catcher. And then he'll say, "Hey, Valek, can you make a penis-sized one?"
Can you make like a 1/30th scale?
Oh, terrible!
Oh God.
Some tiny clamps while you're at it. I have a wonderful
tiny clamps.
Oh no!
All right. So I think that's pretty much everything we're gonna do tonight. But this is a lot of fun. I like just having this be like sort of playroom for you guys, in addition to whatever plots that I have going on.
It's awesome.
So this is a lot of fun. So I hope you guys had fun as well.
Yeah.
Fucking like
Also, there go the
got
rails.
fucking Boris by the balls as a 12-year-old girl.
It's pretty glorious. Like, honestly, this has been a fantastic session, ladies and gentlemen.
It really has. I think this has been like one of the best session ones I've ever had.
Oh, cool! That's so nice.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Well, a lot better than mine.
Our characters are just so insane, and I love it.
Yeah, that's mainly the reason.
I swear we will do combat at some point. I'm just kind of working up to it still.
Hey man, as long as we're still getting experience.
Yeah. I mean, as long.
So after this event and having successfully completed both those missions, you guys are all level 2.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Wait, shit, really?
Yeah. Yeah, we're doing. I'm doing milestone stuff so that I can just kind of like basically dictate whenever you level up, and I don't have to do any XP math.
You guys found a
That's
sex
awesome.
dungeon. You level up.
You guys start your own subplots. You level up.
You can't bury a man alive. Well done. You get down a level.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah. So okay. So these went pretty quickly. So I'm getting a good idea of like kind of the pace. Next session will be a little bit more involved. So you guys will learn a little bit more about the city and things like that. But
Cool.
yeah, you guys are still in the trials. You still have your equipment. I'll say that
what are the
Boris
trials
gains
exactly?
back his whistle. What's that?
What are the trials exactly since I got here late?
Yeah, sorry. So 8 months have gone by, and basically you've just been doing training time, learning how to be a guard, and then just learning how to better handle yourself or whatever, because most of you were commoners. So you've just been doing that preparation and everything. I'll post in the DM posts the descriptions of some equipment that you gained at the beginning of the session too. You're kind of wrapping that up now. So you've gotten essential equipment, you've gotten weapons training, basically all the things I asked people to prep beforehand. You're in your final phase. So basically you're just carrying out some like crime completions and stuff. That'll be sort of your path to graduating and becoming actual.
Why the fuck did we decide to roll hit points when we've been rolling like shit all night?
This is true.
Yeah, that just seems like a bad idea, guys, really.
Yeah.
I recommend everybody else wait until next week.
Also, I
maybe
might as well
we
just
can
take average with that, because...
Most, did you roll a 1?
I rolled a 1.
For your
I
health
rolled a
points?
2.
Yes, I did.
Oh,
A
man.
D10 and I rolled a fucking 1. That was
Wait,
my
Blake,
third
just to be
one
clear,
of the night.
Just to be clear, Blake, the rules on this is that if you roll it, you take whatever you get. But if you want, before you roll, you can take the average.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to say you can decide whatever you want at the time, because if you stick to 1 and then you like just consistently roll 1s every time, that really sucks as a player. So each time you level up, you can choose if you want to just take the average to kind of make up for the last time when you rolled shitty, or you can risk it again.
No, I will own that 1 hit point.
So what's your total now? Like 13?
It's 13.
Oh, jeez.
I should get an extra 1.
Oh, you have 3 more hit points than Via. Okay. Yeah, there you go.
Still not a lot.
Via
so
has
bad.
10?
Via has 10 hit points.